Alrighty then, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy like the one half of N Duo, and this is a Ncast random talk. Basically, this one we're gonna try to how should I say this? Like, there's some stuff that happened in gaming news in the last week and a half that's just been crazy. I did a podcast Saturday out of the blue, and then a lot of people joined in and talk about. Ask some questions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just have my guests here talk about some situation. I'm trying to rapid fire it, but we talk about some stuff and let them hear what their thoughts all about it. So of course I have a long time I heard in a while. The Good Shepherd. What's going on, Shep?
What's going on, good peoples? It's the Good Shepherd. Life has been kicking my butt, but I'm finally getting things under control. What's good, y'all?
That's good. We have the usual BS Buster, Mr. Red Fox.
How's it going? I'm here to facilitate and breaking my foot off and bullshit's ass.
All right, you come in a little low, Red, just letting you know.
Well said.
And then we have Kanoshi Bamonito.
Hello, my name is Kanashi Abamanito, here to say that there's been a lot of hypocrisy this past few weeks.
And of course, we have a usual person, sarcastic tongue. Double A, what's going on, Anderson?
Just playing Henry Ashworth and Star Fox Zero.
All right.
Oh no! You can't be playing Star Fox Zero. That game's unplayable. What's wrong?
That's not true.
But anyway, let's start off with something.
Wait! Before that, Red Fox, it's not my fault. Other people got cerebral palsy and I don't.
Again, he already done start the sharp tongue already. He ain't even holding back.
Wow.
So
well, that was actually very polite on his part. He could have said far worse.
Yeah. Oh, he can't say far worse. I know that. Well, let's start off. Let's start out. Like I said, this basically just rapid fire back these guys the thoughts about certain things, and we're gonna keep it going. So the first thing is, last night, basically, Nintendo basically give the middle finger to Jeff Keighley in his video game awards thing.
Mr. Fallon.
and basically went on to Jimmy Fallon and asked Jimmy Fallon and basically showed off the Mario Run and show how it was, and also showed off the Nintendo Switch. So what do you guys think about? I'll go with this, since I heard from Shepard in a while. Shep, what do you think about what happened last night with the Tonight Show? Shep? Okay.
Hello?
Now I think he's talking to his family.
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. You said it's my turn. Sorry, I stepped aside for a second. You're talking about Jimmy Fallon, right?
Yes.
All I have to say is, well played, Fizame. Well played. I will admit that was a beautiful. I wouldn't quite call it a blitzkrieg, but it was well done. It was well done because I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Okay. I think speaking, you're right. Nobody did really saw that. I didn't get it in the typical press release that I get from Nintendo. They played it really good on that one.
And I mean, but of course, Nintendo's irrelevant completely. So it happened to trend for a little bit, but it's Nintendo, so it wouldn't last long.
I got you.
But,
I got you.
Jokes aside, it was a good strategy on their part. They're tired of playing to other people's games, so they did it their way. So that was pretty cool. And I love the fact they purposely showed an explosion. Because if you look carefully, you didn't see any frame drops at all.
No, you didn't.
It was probably running around 30 frames per second, possibly. So it's hard to tell. But overall, the game ran smoothly. There was explosions. There was movement. And as you can see, there didn't seem to be any droppage in frames. There was no glitching.
Yeah, because they actually showed it on. They actually showed it on the TV screen, and they actually showed it on the Switch.
Exactly. So it was like, okay, this is not a pre-recorded video. You see Jimmy Fallon's hand. You see him.
Hello? You dropped off?
And they dropped out.
All right, we'll get back to the good shepherd about that. What about you, Mr. Red Fox?
I saw it. I thought it was awesome. I mean, look, listen, it's a Legend of Zelda game. There has almost no one has ever not fanned out about a Legend of Zelda game since, maybe Wind Waker. But aside from that, people love those games. So,
Well, I mean, the Zelda game is one thing, but also doing the whole reveal and, I mean, look. I know people. Jimmy Fallon is a gamer. He plays all consoles, which is a good thing. He does love video games. And he was so into like, oh, they got a kickstand and oh, you can take this off. And he's like, he was like freaking out that he gets to that's pure reality right there that he just did that and he was so and hell to have it was kind of messed up that they didn't give Bill Trent any love, but it was cool to have Shigeru Miyamoto in there, and even Shigeru Miyamoto played along with the whole thumbs down, and he swings it back up on the Mario run.
Technically, just in case, they set it up that if they did need him, they had him on standby. So once again, it's proof that it wasn't staged. This is all they did it as well. Of course, to some degree, it's staged, but Jimmy's reaction was real.
No,
the gameplay itself was real.
Yeah. So and that's what we're gonna bring out. But you glitched out for a second, Shepard. That's why I switched over. We get anything else to add to it?
No, I'm good for now. Sorry, I'm moving around in this building, and there's like cement brick walls.
Got you. All right, no respect with that. Okay, I got you. So yeah, but to continue with Fox, sorry, I was just gonna add all that. They added that, and even she gave me more to play his Koji Kondo's theme song with the Roots, which was pretty cool too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I mean, look, it's the Legend of Zelda. Like I said, there aren't bad Legend of Zelda games. They don't exist. They don't exist. And I know what some people would say. Well, what about those CDI games? Those weren't made by Nintendo. Name a bad Nintendo.
There's no bad Nintendo made Zeldas.
There's no bad Nintendo Legend of Zeldas. They don't exist. So, I mean, this one's going to be good. Mario Run is a fun runner game with, Nintendo quality added to it. So, it's going to have some teeth to it, more so than a lot of other titles. So people just need to,
I have to say it's more teeth than I really thought it would. Because you can do the jumps off the wall. You got to do the jump off the wall all the time. It's not like Sonic Dash to a degree, a little bit more than Sonic Dash. So I was surprised at that. I'm being honest. I was really surprised at that. That you got to make sure your jumping is all right, and you can do triple jumps, all that stuff, and the wall jumps, and figure out how to bounce off the wall. They didn't put the red coins in there and everything. I mean, they didn't.
That was awesome. But Jimmy ain't on our level, though. He was a little sloppy in his gameplay. I'm just saying. I'm going to have to hit him.
Well, I mean, the dude did break his hand at some point.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that.
His hand was jacked up for a while. And I think it's still kind of jacked up to an extent.
But he still didn't. He got almost all the red coins, so that's not even. I can't. For the first time,
I saw him. He missed one. Reggie was playing nice. He missed the coin. I saw it.
Yeah, but that's how that was. Let me pass it on to you. What about you, Konosh? What do you think about that? The how that worked out?
I thought it was just hilarious how they completely gave a middle finger to the
VGAs.
VGAs, yeah, they're worthless. They're useless. They're pointless. Why do like people still hold? Yeah, why do people still hold these dinosaurs up to? I mean, they're fossils now, so I don't know why people hold them up to such high esteem.
Yeah, but they've been let's keep it real. They've been useless for quite some time. I mean. I mean, the VGA's E3. I mean, it's just a waste of time. It's like, okay, I get it. You really want to be relevant in your field, but your field sucks. I mean,
I want a Nintendo Direct before the Switch's Direct thing. Sorry, I had to put that in there.
yeah, they
January 12th.
They need to get back to the Rex, but whatever.
All right. What about you, Anderson?
Well, no one Jimmy Fallon, but I made an exception for this, and well, it was quite entertaining. And again, no one expected it. Pretty much gave Jeff Keighley the middle finger, while Miyamoto gave his warm smile, the killer smile.
Yep.
And we got to
You
see.
love that smell, don't you?
Yeah, but can we just keep it real? Jeff Keighley is a pretentious douchebag.
Why are you guys are hating on Keeley so much?
No, I'll
The Dorito Pope, man. That's
Look, I'm going to tell you why I consider Jeff Keighley to be a pretentious douchebag. Because basically, Jeff Keighley so desperately wants to be relevant in the industry, and instead of actually doing something of value, like doing hard-hitting documentaries, like into games or real journalism, he creates this bullshit circle jerk Game Awards thing. It's bullshit. I mean, it's total and complete bullshit.
Oh yeah, also, again, we saw more of the Switch and Mario Run. And now people are hyped for the moment. So far, they're kind of positive. We'll see how long that lasts, but overall,
yeah, I would say this. Like, I have nothing against Jeff Keighley, really. I just think that he is part of the narrative of what's going on in gaming, and I mean that ain't not about Nintendo. I'm talking about gaming itself. And I'll get to that when we talk about the game awards with something I particularly got to pick out of that. But Sprite, what about you? The last one joining. What do you think about it?
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool when I saw last night. Cause I saw like an article like at 2 a.m. I was like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. They showed like Breath of the Wild footage. They showed Mario Run, and then we finally they actually showed the Switch outside of the trailer. So it's pretty good marketing. They're definitely going to keep the momentum going until January 12th. So all in all, it was pretty good.
And you guys did notice they showed the whole device.
Yep.
He rotated it in front of you. I'm sure if you slow.
Cut off again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, they marketing like this. It's like they don't need E3. They don't.
Well, I mean, no one really needs E3. I mean, E3 is just. I've said this before. E3 is a big.
circle jerk.
Well, hell, why not? It's a big circle jerk where members of the industry want to pretend like they're relevant when they really don't matter. Because, I mean, here's the thing. They try to build up hype, but half of these games are going to be full of shit anyway. So what's the point of getting hyped?
Okay. Well, like I said, I hear what Red's talking about, and Anderson. Like, for me, it was pretty cool to see it. Happy that Jimmy Kimmel did not Jimmy Kimmel, sorry, Fallon, sorry. Fallon basically got to touch it. At least like I said, he's a genuine game player, so he know about the kickstand.
Special angles for commercial.
Yeah, I mean, he did he already kickstand. He said he watched this thing. I watched the reveal trailer for a million times. Like, he had fun. Just literally just playing it, and couldn't believe, and he was honored to have Shigeru Miyamoto in the audience, and it was pretty good that like I said, Reggie played his hand good. And the thing about it is, Jeff Keighley in the video game awards, initially after it finished, got on his own YouTube stream, got 60,000 people watched it. Jimmy Fallon gets more than 3.2 million people watching him at a time, and most of his night shows on average. So, well played on Nintendo's part. 3 million, 60,000. Yeah, I think they reach a bigger audience with that one.
I mean, it's sorry.
Yeah, consider. Yeah.
I was gonna say that, and remember the one thing I always talk about being that when they is you got everybody's talking about the gamers, this gamers, that, and I'm cool with the gamers and all that stuff, but I mean seriously, majority I tell you already, people who buy Nintendo products, 60% of it is families outside of the gaming thing, so that's what they play the smart hand and go to reach the mass audience and let people see, because there were a bunch of people in that audience who never heard of the Switch themselves. And some of them even thought Nintendo were relevant, but they were like, "Wow, this might be pretty cool. This is something, huh? Let me check this out. Wow!"
But they aren't appealing to kids. What's wrong with you? It's this for adults.
Whatever. I know you being facetious. So like I said, it's a random talk halfway that we could talk with stuff. I would have said the end cams would come trying to keep it Florida and stuff, but I got what you're saying, man.
That's the problem I have with modern day gaming. Like everybody's just so afraid. It seems like people are afraid to be gamers. Like they're afraid to. They always have to justify their. I'm an adult gamer. I have an adult console.
It's like you're playing with toys, son. You're playing with toys.
It's funny how much Jimmy Fallon was having fun compared to these so-called gamers themselves.
Well, again, he's a true gamer in the essence of what his words is. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So let's get back into. Let's go into what I was talking about. Like I said, I don't have no particular gripe with Jeff Keighley, but one of the things I've been doing since I've been on the YouTube, on this side of YouTube, the gaming YouTube, I've said that the industry's dying, and basically the game.
Ubisoft is doing just fine right now.
I'll try to get as much topics I can get in, Kadoshi. Like I said, I know y'all got some words to put in, so let me get into what I'm gonna say. But the video game awards that happened basically proves again what I've been saying for the last 2 years. That the industry's dying from the inside. Because again, I don't have nothing against Kojima. I really don't, because I played Metal Gear. I've played it again here, other games that's come out good. But for him, if he get a life to, but this video game award that happened again, I didn't watch it live. I was with the Gamers Allowed, but I was doing something I was supposed to do, play video game at the time. I'm just straight talking to everybody at the game at the GL, but. Some of the stuff in the awards were basically not only a circle jerk and a thing as I call it was basically an ego check. It was also the industry just eating itself, because I don't care. People have a problem with Overwatch because it's not a complete game and all that stuff. That doesn't bother me. And again, the only person I truly gave happy that won an award was Boogie for what he is, because like I said, I'm talking about his life story. I don't agree with half of the stuff he says, but he's generally a cool person, even though I'm not something I watch the videos once in a while. But for broken games to win award shows is ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. It's bullshit. I mean, there's no other way you can put it. You know, that's like car of the year. Oh, this model is a lemon, but it's car of the year. How does that work?
Dishonored 2, like it's broken and buggy on PC. It's basically Batman Arkham Knight again, but somehow it wins an award.
Well, I mean, Dishonored 2 has issues, but it's still a complete game. But there's another game that won that literally is still broken to this day.
Yeah. And to win fighter of the industry fighter, that's not
bullshit.
Agreeable.
Let's just call it.
Y'all are bullshit haters.
No, that's not
money.
haters. That's
Money talk. Money talk.
That is entirely just bullshit. Because here's the thing, okay? This is a game that's missing basic shit that it had from 25 years ago. In day one, it's missing shit that it had 25 years ago in the first game in the fucking franchise. and people are like, someone actually got up there, went on stage, and said this into a microphone. It's recorded. Someone screwed up their mouth and said, "Fighting game of the year, Street Fighter V." Really?
But let's go ahead.
Wait one thing. Remember,
I just
people,
have to say,
Akuma's coming with a season pass.
Yeah. I was gonna get to that.
One at a time.
Does anyone give a shit? Seriously, does anyone care about Akuma coming to Street Fighter V?
Yes,
I would have you know I do care. Am I ecstatic about it? No. A couple years ago, I would have been hyped. But after owning the game from day one with the collector's edition, because I'm the idiot that got it, the game is okay.
Shameful.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the collector's edition.
You know, someone buying this game. I hate to say this, Shep, but we need to get those people from Game of Thrones, the TV show, the shame people. If you bought this game, you need to go out in the shame walk. Shame. Shame.
Yeah, not happening. I did get the collector's edition. Yes, it was a bad call, but I hadn't had a Street Fighter game in almost 7 years or so. So I said, screw it, why not? I didn't expect it to be the clusterfuck that it turned out to be.
Shame.
So let me again, but to finish off what Red said though, which is I'm pointing out, and anybody's in the chat, thanks everybody for joining in the chat. I see people posting questions. I'll get to them at the end because like I said, I'm trying to rapid-fire the topics quickly. But that one game of the year, but the sales for the first time, I agree that the gamers didn't really go out and buy the bull crap for a second because it sold 1.4 million in February. Then only 100,000 since February all the way to October. And
game of the year on 2 platforms, and it sells less than 2 million.
And it sells less than Pokken that's on one platform.
Yeah. How on earth would a game of the year, game of the year awardee, or whatever the hell you want to call it, I can't think of the term right now. Would sell. And the thing is, it lost about 1.25 million or something like that. It's only sold like 100,000 units after that. That's not even 1.5 million. Not even.
Nope.
Either way, if it's somebody said 1.56.
Yeah.
Okay, 1.56 was 100. That's still under 2 million. How the hell is a game of the year on 2 platforms sell less than 2 million?
And the 2 of the most popular platforms.
Yeah. So I mean,
I'll tell you how it happens.
PC and PlayStation 4, hello.
Yeah, you gotta say Red is because they basically Capcom and Sony did the deal and they basically screwed the pooch on this one. They messed up big time. They rushed it.
They rushed it, yeah.
They rushed it. They made up both parties made up bad power. But here's the thing though, and I posted this on my Google Plus account just to remind people. Capcom said they won't charge you. They won't charge you for DLC. But now,
yeah, I believe that.
Now you have a season pass for 4 or 5 new characters plus Akuma, which everybody wants. Everybody knows Akuma is a mainstay, so they put Akuma as basically the bait to get people to buy that shit now.
Let me put it this way: until they fix them Bison, I don't trust them with Akuma.
Okay.
All right.
Now this may sound stupid for me because I did get the collector's edition upon launch. But I usually don't do this. You guys know I'm more frugal and smarter with my game choices. But Capcom, who the hell would believe Capcom at this point? Seriously. And this wasn't even today. Like years ago, they've lost their credibility.
Yep.
So I mean, for people to be shocked and upset. I mean, come on, are y'all really that gullible? You know damn well they're gonna tell you to your face, this is what it is, and then within a year, they will turn around and say something different, and I try to act like it's cool.
But Shepard,
that's normal, especially amongst third parties.
Shepard, Mega Man X is in the new Capcom versus Marvel. All is forgiven.
That is, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Marvel versus Capcom fanboy, but even I'm not like no.
See, that's
I will say this. It was very, very it made me feel warm and fuzzy for a moment seeing Mega Man X as a playable character. That's something gonna make me buy the goddamn game though.
Capcom finally listened. They finally listened, everyone.
What they need to do, since everybody wants to make remakes, they need to remake the Mega Man X series and do it right.
Wait a second. What they need to do is quit making remakes and start making new IPs. We need. Why do we?
No shit. But I'm just saying.
Why do we have to? Why don't we want anything new? Like this goes back to the Sony conference. Like why don't we want anything new? Like the whole Sony fan base. You know, they always accuse.
Did you say Sony?
I wouldn't say the whole Sony fan base. I would not say that, but I would say most of the. But I'll let you finish what you're gonna say, Konoshi. I won't say the whole Sony fan base.
The great deal of the Sony fan base. It's like, well, Nintendo fans, they're just stuck in the past. They just rely on games from the past. And yet here these fools trying for HD Wipeout, a new Crash Bandicoot, Parappa the Rapper, a new
Wipeout.
He already said that.
Yeah, I already said that. What else?
Let's be honest. In the last couple of years, almost every time they have one of these big conferences, most of the games they talk about are rehashed or HD up-res games. It's the truth. Look at a lot of these conferences. For every one new game, there's at least 5 or 6 older games.
Don't look, man. You're hipping people to the jive. Don't do that. Shh. Don't tell.
Yeah, they accuse Nintendo. They accuse Nintendo of not making new RPs and being stale. But listen, look here, look at these people, cheering for remakes, rehashes of old games.
Well, it goes back to the media. Look, I'll say this: we all know here that there are new IPs that came from Nintendo, but nobody except for because only Splatoon is the only one that got the darling of it. All the others got shucked to the side because there were small games or it didn't sell or whatever. So hey, I cannot anybody to say that because Nintendo fans also didn't want to buy some of these games. They talked about, which is why I had that anti-port thing. Some of the Nintendo fans saying about we want to experience, but they don't go buy Codename Steam or Pushmo or Sakurai Samurai or I can't. So hell, it's again as one of those things being objective. Both gamers now let their narrative go from they don't think for themselves. They just don't.
Yeah, and it's sad because, gaming used to be about new experiences. But now people don't want new experiences. They want the same shit over and over and over. It's like an in-joke I used to have with my grandfather about Vernon Jordan talking about how he did not know. And he just kept on saying, I did not know, like multiple times, over and over and over again. Gamers are like, well, we want, like, they fall for the same shit over and over and over again. Like, okay, let me put it this way, okay? And this kind of segues nicely into maybe someone else, but, like, I never would have thought I would have lived to see Capcom or Square Enix or any of these major tentpole third parties screw over their own flagship franchises. Street Fighter is a flagship franchise for Capcom. You could say it's their Mario, okay? They fucked up their flagship franchise, like their core franchise. They couldn't get that right. So really, why should I trust them with anything else? Like, why should I? I'm looking at Marvel vs. Capcom, and I'm like, wow, this is going to be awesome. But then I think about it, and I'm like, wait a second, they fucked up Street Fighter. Can I trust them with Marvel vs. Capcom if they fucked up Street Fighter?
Oh, hell, they messed up Marvel vs. Capcom before even that happened.
Yeah, but Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was at least fun.
You saw that fun? Okay.
Yeah. It was enjoyable. Okay, it was enjoyable. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to me, and this is just my own personal opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't argue it. Yeah.
To me, it was a fun game. Now, I'm not one of those people who plays these games, from the competitive side first. Like I enjoy the characters. I treat Marvel vs. Capcom like a Smash Brothers. It's meant to be played. It's more casual than tournament. Now I know a lot of people play it more like a serious fighter, but for me, if you want to play a serious fighter, you got to play Street Fighter. That's the more serious fighter. The other ones that are more like less grounded, and I know Street Fighter to an extent isn't really grounded, but it's more grounded than say a Marvel vs. Capcom. Because in reality, I don't care how badass Akuma is, he's not going to do shit against Magneto. Okay, in reality, but in Marvel vs. Capcom, it's just a fun little diversion. But if they fuck up Street Fighter, then how can I trust them with Marvel vs. Capcom? I can't. It's like, well, shit, I can't really. You messed up your flagship. What can I say?
For Sprite and Game Idea guy, and they know why we don't like why it is a problem in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That thing is unbalanced.
I know. Dr. Doom and Magneto and Dark Phoenix. I know it's if you're playing competitively, yes, but that's not competitive. That is not competitively. That's when you or basically not even that. Who also Wessler. Keep on getting his name. Wesker. Like once they get you to the combo, they take basically almost 75% of your life. You can't get out of it. That's just ridiculous. That is very cheap. You're right. But
I'm not talking. Yeah, because I'm not paying at no competition level. I'm just when I was playing, it was for the fun of it and having fun, and then it just. Once somebody stop you got spamming. We know that's gonna happen, and most of the characters in there are more spammable with the projectiles. But once they start a combo, and it's basically like a good freaking 5-6 hit combo. Next thing you know, they're like, wait, how the hell my ball got down to that with just 6-7 hits? That's ridiculous.
That roster's ass too.
Hey, listen. I understand where you're coming from. The roster is not exactly what you want it to be, but let's keep it real.
It ain't no Marvel 2, man.
All right.
The roster isn't the problem. The game is just broken.
There is nothing like beating someone's ass with a shitty character, like like kicking someone's ass with Phoenix Ray.
Nothing's wrong with that. I have no problem. When I play Marvel vs. Capcom or Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, I'm beating people with roll, that's no problem to me.
Yeah,
or somebody beat me, or somebody beat me with roll, that's no problem.
Listen, my problem ain't the roster. My problem ain't the roster. My problem is the fact that one person can run the match from start to finish uninterrupted. That's how broken the game is.
That's what kills me about that game.
And the moves to actually break the combos don't work that well because whoever starts a combo can continue the combo once you try to break it.
And again, some of the characters have way more heavier hits than it's unbalanced.
I can deal with a character doing way more damage than another character as long as I have a chance to retaliate. When you take away the opportunity to retaliate, you kill the chance for the game to be competitive. To be honest,
or even fun because
the thing is, you're supposed to balance it out in the first place based on the character's power should be adjusted speed and all that good shit too.
And I'll go on a limb and say some of those Capcom characters, the way they rated them way too high. You look at Chris Redfield, and his opposite was supposed to be Captain America, but he's rated way higher than Captain America for some reason.
That's bullshit. Yeah.
I'm like, hold on. I understand Chris is like this great soldier, but there's no damn way in the world he's better than the
Captain
super
America.
soldier.
Because Captain America is a trained soldier, and he's literally augmented to the utmost human potential.
Well, you're right. There are some issues with that Marvel vs. Capcom if they're going with canonically, but I mean, that's just the way it is with all those types of games. That's why I consider it in the same realm as a Smash Brothers. Because think about it. Technically speaking, in Smash Brothers, no one should be able to defeat Ganondorf except Link. That's it. Like that. Like
but the thing is, with Smash Brothers, Nintendo kept it honest. They already let you know right off the cuff that this game is just bananas.
Yeah,
but it also
versus Capcom, they're trying to make it sound like a legitimate fighting game.
Here's the problem.
But it let you also know who's the heavy hitters and who's not the heavy hitters, who's the medium. They told you that from the get-go. You don't have to go in and do all that stuff. There's no Ganondorf, there's no Bowser, there's no Wario. Those guys are heavy hitters, but they're slow. They're not the fastest compared to Samus or Fox or something like that. You got to do that. But it's not that. But that balance is not.
Are you saying Smash Brothers is the more balanced game than Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to deny that. You have a problem when the Nintendo version of Ryu is better balanced than the Capcom version of Ryu.
Yeah, but you know what the difference is, right?
Same thing for the Mega Man. Mega Man's character in Smash is better than the Mega Man character in versus Capcom.
But you know why that is, right? Because basically, the people who made those characters were fans of those characters. They had studied those games.
Yeah.
A lot of the people working at Capcom, like
they
have
this. Characters.
Well, no, they
are
have
you saying due
disdain for
diligence and hard work?
they have disdain for the franchise.
No, they have the, and I may be sarcastic, Shepard, but you are right, because they didn't have to go all out. They did not need to make sure that they have the sound effects for Ryu, one, and two, that if you want a more powerful version, you put in the input like you did in back in the Super NES. You didn't have to.
View. Remember that. Like,
okay, dude, I don't even care.
Ryu, look, it doesn't matter how you say his name. All the only thing that matters is that you get.
He is right, is Ryu, but okay, he's right. Really, not tonight. I'm trying to be nice.
And Tatsumaki Pukin.
Yeah,
or as we call it, the hurricane kick.
That's the translation, though.
It's Tatsumaki Pukin.
Look, to hell with that. It's the hurricane.
But hold on. You do have a character who says it clear enough to understand it, and that's Sakura. When she does hers, she says it clear enough to be understood. You spinning around so fast you can't understand what they say.
Anyone here ever seen like the College Humor cartoon where they had the guy recording the voices for Street Fighter and he's like the guide. He's like, okay, Sonic Boom, Flash Kick, and then like he's like, okay, now it's time for you to record reuse music, and a brick falls on him. And he's like, oh, it's like, oh, that sounds great.
I got you, but again, I'm just saying. We just said like they have, as you point out, there is people who take acknowledgement to the game and say, okay, we're going to use this character. Let's use it. I mean, even we know this. Anderson and Andre, for when we look at Project Cross Zone, even they made X and Zero act more of who they are.
See, Project Cross Zone kind of surprised me with how X acts towards Zero and Captain.
Okay, yeah, I got that. Okay, we know about that one. Okay, I'll let you go on that one. That was weird. But we know that. But I'm talking about
that's the one out of character thing that he says that I so wish that they would expand that sort of portion of his personality.
Well, you have to remember, Captain Commando was technically the first Capcom mascot that they had.
His name is Capcom.
Capcom, yeah. So, I mean, and he's only had like 3 games, which is a damn shame.
Stupid. Yeah. No, that is not a shame. It's stupid.
Well, it's a damn shame because technically his game is the first Final Fight because it takes place in Metro City.
Capcom should rename themselves to Capcom. Have the con people all their money.
Gotcha.
Con artists.
Well, we'll get to that a little bit quicker now. But my point was saying, like, even when there's another game that took Nintendo, that took Capcom's IP and other people's IP that Nintendo did and made it relevant to what the game was. And like I said, because basically it's Monolith Soft that did Project Crown Zone 2. And they did. I mean, again, they showed you how they use the characters and whatever. So they have a revenge for it. But getting back to the topic, you did get it out of hand. I was saying back to the topic, like I said, at hand. Like,
wait, before you do, I'll say this: Street Fighter V is exactly like Splatoon, my fat ass.
Yeah, like I hear you. There's so much game that people use to compare Splatoon with. You can't do that no more. It's really night and day now. Every game that they try to compare, Star Wars. They said that's just like Season Pass. Street Fighter, not the same thing, and Season Pass. So let's just stop. When you say Season Pass, the story's done. All right, it's just done. They said again. I posted up the thing when they said we're gonna have free content, free DLC. You could buy it or you can unlock it, and they didn't follow through with that because they found out that the game is not selling the way they're supposed to sell, which is the way it is now. Again, you have one more chance to fight these gamers, and for Surfing 20. Like I said, for me, as I made a mistake in the chat. I was okay. It says it's supposed to be buy, but it says but. Again, my stance is if you enjoy it, you took your money and enjoy it, bro. I am not against people who literally buy something and enjoy it for themselves. But I still gotta call out the fuckery, as you know, the fuckery of shit's broken, and that's what's getting glorified.
Exactly.
Because I'm sorry again, Capcom. You know what? Let's finish on the Capcom, and then I'll jump to something else that's in the video game thing and whatever, and then. Come to find out, as you know, many people find out today and stuff like that. It came out December 6th. Dead Rising 4 has a.
If you want the true ending, you gotta pay for it.
So they pulled an Ashura's Wrath.
And a Fable. It was a Fable 3 or Fable Legend. I think it was Fable 3. You got to do the same thing too.
Yeah, I guess.
And he jumped back in good. So I'll let the man start it out because he was. Can you talk, Andre? Because you had your video up, man. Andre, can you speak or you just
about that Dead Rising 4?
Yeah, cause he had a rap video up there. He basically not even if his foot could form a middle finger with his foot. He will show it to Capcom.
It's like if my foot could travel through the internet up Capcom's butt.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
What happened?
Capcom is a piece of shit. That's what happened.
Okay.
Piece of shit.
No, I mean, you would think they were. Did you think they were? You would think they'll learn Azure not to do that? The big fall that game had with buying the true ending.
Are they doing the same thing as with Dead Rising 4? You have to buy the ending.
Yeah, but Mega Man Nexus and Capcom versus Marvel or whatever, so all is forgiven. People really got short-term memories. And
they got short-term memory, but again, this is you again. They're doing this, and I'm sorry. Like I said, like Ray was saying, like for me, like I'm not buying. I'm at this point right now that I'm not buying any Capcom games nowhere close to day one. This is my stance. Anybody out there who like their games, you can go ahead and buy it. Like I said, because I'm different from y'all. Y'all different from me. It's your money, but I can't. I'm serious. I can't do that no more. Like in that regard, because and including Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That game right there, I'll wait a years up because they're gonna be a second. They're gonna do a version of it. They always do. After Street Fighter 4, there's nothing that make me say, yeah, they're gonna do. Because remember, Marvel vs. Capcom wasn't it 3? Wasn't it like a couple months after the original one came and they brought out Ultimate? It wasn't even a year. It wasn't even a year.
And to be fair, that's kind of standard practice with fighting games these days. If they're from an established, long-time running series. They release a vanilla version and then the complete version.
But like what kind of Kanoshi says, like the Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear and all that stuff, they didn't get no mention. Yep. They get no mention at all in the VGA awards. Those are fighting games.
And those fighting games are leagues and bounds.
Those games aren't as popular as Street Fighter.
Wait.
Oh,
Yes.
What?
Fuck the VGAs.
Okay, we got to, but
don't interrupt like a dog. That's rude.
yeah, but I mean, Kenoshi was saying so. Go ahead, Kenoshi.
I was saying Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear are leagues and bounds ahead of Street Fighter 5.
Especially in content.
And Skullgirls.
Yeah,
well, let me put it this way: there are Flash games, there are Flash fighting games that came out more complete than Street Fighter 5. That's embarrassing.
I got one better for you. I think Tiger Electronics Street Fighter came out better than Street Fighter 5.
I'm just saying that that's just ridiculous. You got to pay for ending content, but again, it's up to gamers to talk with their walk, because right now the industry is dying, and they're helping the industry to kill itself off.
Because they just find it funny how everybody was, oh man, this game is light on content. Then as soon as they show Akuma, oh Capcom, woo, yeah, woo.
I mean, they know, but Capcom know what they did. That's what I'm saying. They know what they did. If they had took Akuma out of it and said, I think it's 5 new fighters. If they had just said this is gonna be 5 new fighters, people wouldn't give a damn. They
Why
did
I have a quick question though. I made a comment about this in a few posts, and Sprite, I've asked you about this, but if anyone watched the
Oh, you talking about that crap? Oh my God, here we go.
I'm sorry, man, but just to me, I watched it.
Watch what?
A little bit. The VGA.
Yeah, okay. Get to the point where I'm trying to run this week. We're trying to stay on topic.
I just don't understand how even the game that came out the same month as Street Fighter 5, was it even in the running Pokken tournament?
No.
Come on. It's made by Nintendo. Come on now. The only time Nintendo's allowed to be in the running.
We already hit on that note already. So we already hit on that note already that game was there. But again, it's not even that Nintendo game. Like I said, we just brought up 3 more games. I mean, Blaze Blue and all stuff that that was not even in the selection screen to go against these other things at all. But those were basically pure fighting games that had content from the get-go and not broken and not whatever. So it's weird, but really I guess leave it at that. And speaking of DLC and talking about how the industries, as I've been saying, dying on a vine because they keep on repeating itself. 2 years ago, EA reported over $900 million of profits from straight DLC. That's all it was. DLC microtransactions. Not the games, not a straight DLC. Almost $1 billion on that. And come to find out, now again, it's weird that nothing against The Witcher, as Doc pointed out in his video, but I mean we saw it at night as well. Nothing against The Witcher. People say it's a great game, and what's it, the studio did it? Red.
CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red has done a good job of showing you how it is, but RPG Game of the Year is a DLC. That's ridiculous.
Well, my thing is this: I would understand it more if it was more like the infamous Second Son First Light, which is standalone DLC. I would understand it somewhat if it was standalone. But the Blood and Wine DLC, from what I can recall, actually requires you to have the game, a game which released last year in 2015.
Wait a minute, they didn't have like a best DLC category?
No.
When you start, what happens when you start lowering standards?
Well, exactly. I mean, in order to lower standards, you have to have them in the first place. And this is the Video Game Awards. They don't have standards and stuff.
You know what? You're correct, and I apologize. When I said standards, I realized standards was implied when it actually
they had to have standards in order to lower them. They don't. I mean,
That's
these
true.
are the people who, Jeff Keighley's like, yeah, I mean, first, it's very unprofessional at an award show to give a publisher the middle finger, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, yes, indies are great, but a lot of the games that people love wouldn't exist without a publisher. And whether you hate Konami or not, they do publish games, okay?
Hold on. You just said to give a publisher the finger. You talking about that moment with Kojima?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just
I
making
mean,
sure.
I don't like Konami, but I mean, if you're trying to be professional, that's a very unprofessional thing to do.
Well, you just said it correctly. Trying to be professional.
I mean, like Jeff Keighley's like, yeah, I'm part of the industry. I'm this, that, and the other. Well, you just did a very unprofessional thing.
Are we sure? Hold on. Are we sure Jeff Keighley was trying to be professional? Because I swear I heard a popping sound when he got off of Kojima. Like when he was done.
Well, it wasn't a pop. It was kind of wet and gushy, but yeah.
Oh my goodness! Hey, you know what? It is one.
Hey guys! Hey! This is not the OGL. Calm the hell down.
Oh please!
Listen, though, that's why we kept it slightly clean.
Well, I mean, I didn't get. I don't think I got too graphic, but I mean, you got the idea. But my point is this, okay? Jeff Keighley did something very unprofessional, and people are going to be like, oh, people are going to make excuses for it because for some reason people love Jeff Keighley. I always thought he was a pretentious asshole, but that's just me.
Yep.
And I mean, like,
but all I'm stating out what I said is like, again, games that didn't came out right, that had messed up, missing content, broken, wasn't featured, are winning awards. DLCs that win category over games that did bigger and better things than that. It's kind of where an industry basically reflecting, showing that. That's what the VGA is. It's showing how commercialized and how popular belief is what carries over, not content or what's going to really happen in the industry.
Yep.
That's why I brought it up as this was basically a big topic that cut up into little pieces. That's why I'm saying that. I've been saying this for the last 2 years. And again, DLC is being that proved my point. What I said a long time ago when I said about gamers don't listen video remastered. When I brought up that lady from Wall Street Journal, no, not Wall Street Journal, from the Washington Post, but she was talking about everybody's talking about but software is going up because they're counting DLC as software as itself. Okay, it has its own SKU now. Yep. It's not software. The software is down.
Yeah, I can actually concur because if you walk into Best Buy, you can actually see a card that says like DLC, and it does have its own separate SKU. They sell it like they sell Xbox Live member, like 12-month cards, basically.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you're back in real life terms, and I was saying it, and I had a news person who talks about gaming on that video talk about it. So it is what it is. DLC now is becoming software, and people are saying software. That's what it's going to tell you. Oh, software sales are up. No,
so hold on then. Are we counting units of DLC sold now?
Yeah, that's why I put in a video. That's why I said it in my again. You could go back to that video and you could hear the lady talk. And that's what I was talking about it.
That's
I
ridiculous.
took an actual news reporter that said that.
That's stupid though, because you could literally have more. You could literally have more units of the DLC sold because people might have bought something used than what reflects the actual number of game sales.
Exactly.
Well, and so like what you're basically saying is, a game like Gears of War 4 that has more skins and actual game content will probably report that it sold, let's say, 10 million copies, although 6 million may have been weapon skins.
They don't.
Yes,
okay,
they're padding their numbers.
I'll be 100%. Let me give you two breakdown. When you just talked about that, no, because of skins, no. Things like, okay, I'll give you an example. This is a Nintendo example.
You basically mean like season passes or chunks of the game.
Yes, that's more like I was gonna say. Yes, those are its own SKUs, the season pass and stuff like that. And I give an example from the Nintendo side. Can So can somebody tell me? And I'll ask anybody. Y'all could shut that out right now. But this is a one-time question though. Like really, Fire Emblem Fates came out. What's the most sold part? There's 3 parts in this game. What's the most sold part of the 3 games?
Probably the DLC.
I'm going to guess Revelations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Revelation.
Because it came with like every copy, right?
No, you had to buy. It came with every copy.
No, you had
a choice. You had to buy. You had to buy one. You had to buy out of Conquest or
Birthright.
Birthright or Conquest.
Yeah,
and then
one or the other.
Yeah, but most persons say, okay, I want to see this third story that is equal, so they bought the DLC. And Revelation is its own skill.
That's
Revelation
bad,
is its own
though.
skill. No, hey, it is what it is. I'm just telling you what it is. That's what it is. It's count like that. But more of the sales are not like how Revelation is its own setting game, and you could do like that because you do need one of those games to activate the game, kind of like The Witcher, like what Doc was saying. But the season pass, like I said, you buy the Kuma season pass for Street Fighter V, that's his own SKU. You buy the season pass for Star Wars Battlefront, that's his own SKU. That's his own stuff like that.
So much bullshit.
Okay, well, I have another question related to sales then.
Okay.
So, for example, a game like either Gears of War 4 or Watch Dogs 2, how they sell a premium edition that has both the game and the season pass bundling together. Does it count as 2 sales because it's bundled in, or does it count as 1 because it's bundled?
In that regard, to be honest, that's dependent on what Red was saying. Now that depends on the publisher. Sometimes they do it, they separate it. Sometimes they don't, and I can't give you a full answer because some Ubisoft will split it and call it that. I've seen them done it with that, and they did it with what's that game they had this year that was Division. They did it with the Division as well. They split it.
Bastards. Sorry. It's. I mean, look. Listen. You're dealing with people, especially Ubisoft. Ubisoft is in a fight for their lives right now.
Yeah.
They brought it on themselves because they're stupid. Because they wanted to be with the big boys, and they didn't realize that when you play with the big boys, you might get hurt. And now
bring your A game. If you ain't gonna bring your A game, sit your ass down.
Well, I mean, even if you bring your A game, okay, it's like this. Nintendo plays with the big boys. But Nintendo really, if you look at their size and how many employees they have and the things they do, they aren't. They act like it, but they aren't. I mean,
yeah, but again, it goes to, and you know this, but they have their own quality that surpasses everybody as the first party. So they bring the A game. Ubisoft did not bring their A game, so they basically sit your punk ass down.
Exactly. They're just kind of they're hanging out and they're embarrassing themselves. They're like they're like one of those football teams that makes it to the playoffs, to the Sweet 16, but they really should never have been there in the first place. And then they get their ass handed to them. People are like, how could this happen? Because they were not ready for prime time.
No, they're not. So that's basically, and like I said, Red was bought up there like Vivendi right now. On was it 25% of Ubisoft?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So and we'll see how that work out because that company really don't care. They care about money just like any other company, which is I understand again. As me and Red said many times as business owners, you want to make money. You want to put out the least amount of no matter what, even if you see you don't want to do it, you still want to put out the least amount of effort to get the maximum amount of profit, but you still have to have a quality product so people can say this is worth it. And Ubisoft, in most other people's eyes, Ubisoft has been doing that, but in their sales books and stuff, just like our Street Fighter V, it shows in the sales. That's all I got to say about that. It shows in the sales.
Ubisoft has not been doing as well as they would like. And I don't really feel. I mean, they brought it on themselves. I mean, Ubisoft was in fine condition when they were a mid-sized publisher. But no, we want to be with the big boys. Okay, all right.
Yep.
Well, then Michelle and Cell tried to leave, but then they kept it on by letting them do Beyond Good and Evil 2.
it's too late. I mean, let's just keep it. It's too late. I mean, they were like, oh, well, for some reason this was in limbo for the last 10 years. So basically, you guys could have been working on this for the last 10 years, but instead, for some reason,
you were these 6 Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
Yeah, the evil laugh of Vivendi just got a little louder today. Just a little bit louder.
Like, I'm supposed to, like, so that trailer you guys showed, that concept trailer that you guys showed at E3, 2 or 3 years ago, that was just some bullshit that you did just to make people who like Beyond Good and Evil just, keep them to shut the fuck up, basically.
Actually, I think that was like 9 years ago or something.
No. There was a trailer that they showed for Beyond Good and Evil 2, allegedly, that showed like that pig uncle. I forgot his name, but he's Jade's adopted uncle, whatever. And it was like they basically showed it. They were presenting that this was basically the spiritual successor to this. This was going to be the start of the next game, and that was 2 or 3 years ago. And it doesn't take 2 or 3 years to make a Beyond Good and Evil game. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, that was actually like 9 years ago. I remember. So essentially a decade or nothing.
It's just a long time ago. I want to bring up a next quick point, and this is from my point of perspective. Maybe people here agree or disagree. I don't know, but I also got to point out this. Now, again, I have done against Kojima. I've played Metal Gears, the old when he first came out, and some of his games too. Now, but you're trying to say video game awards, like I said, I'm in the industry and I don't even take it seriously. I really don't, because it's not as Anderson says, a circle jerk, but again, it's an ego check. That's what I'm saying. But you're gonna give a lifetime award, if I'm right. Wasn't it a lifetime award to give Kojima? I didn't watch it, so I'm asking because I really did not watch it fully. I saw the jokes about it, but I did not. I want to know what.
No, it was actually like the best friend award.
Okay, without being sarcastic and smart ass, the real answer.
No. I'm not kidding. If you really watch it, he's basically saying, thanks for being a good friend and stuff like that.
I know that part, but what's the name of the award?
I don't even know.
Let me just look it up.
Yeah, please do, because
get more than an award.
I mean, but that's how notable the award was. People don't even remember what the hell it was.
Only Island Michael coming like that.
Can somebody tell me what the heck people were cheering for and hyped for when they saw that trailer? Because all I saw was a bunch of bull.
Well, no, because I mean, we got to see Norman Reedus with a C-section scar and Mads Mikkelsen. For some reason, people wonder, well, how could Konami fire Hideo Kojima? Because he hires really expensive people to work for him. They make games that don't really make their budget back, or they barely make it, and people are in business to make huge amounts of profit, not make, we just barely broke even.
Wow. But I want to make sure if Anderson, if you found out what it is, I want to, because my thing is this. I want to state this out, but again, I don't want to state it out without being factually right. I'm just saying. That's just one of my staples.
It says Industry Icon Award.
Industry Icon Award. Okay. So it's not a Life Achievement Award. Okay, that's cool. I wanted to make sure because some people was talking stuff like that. So then I can't say what I was going to say then, because then I want to make sure it's factual. That's all. So if a Lifetime Achievement Award, he's been in the industry for that long. He's put out games. People like it. It is what it is. Because let me be honest with what I was gonna say. I thought it was an achievement award, and it was given him because again, I've known several people who've done way more, and their IPs are way better and have more sales, more higher reviews, ratings, all the stuff that could deserve that. But we know that was basically a circle jerk because of what happened last year to this year. He wanted to make sure that it comes across that this is happening. So, and again, props to Sony. Sony, I'll tell you this. I hope it's not a debacle like Street Fighter 5 in the regards of what it is, but Kojima production is not basically no more the legal name and everything because they shut down. So if you took on 2 games from them, I Hope you did a good. I hope you feather your expect. Basically, let me put it this way, Sony. Learn from No Man's Skies, and learn from Street Fighter. Yeah. Just learn. Slow it down. Make sure the freaking game's optimized and everything's there. Okay, that's all.
Stop making impossible promises that you can't keep.
Yeah,
but Sony, look, Sony's been doing that for years, though. Years.
I mean, but like, you're forgetting one thing. They really can't slow down because they have no games.
Again, we could all troll and crack jokes of what it is, and what Doc is saying is what it is. But I just like as a gamer, like I said, even if I ain't gonna play the game, I want people to have a good experience, man. When I say the industry is dying, I really mean it. And I want the industry, even if I'm not playing the game, I want the industry to keep on going. But with DLCs winning award shows and people buying DLCs and then season pass, and then they forget what's going on. Here's the next story right here that's funny too. What is the number one? And you ain't hearing nobody talk about this. What game? Or sure, you know what? It'll tip it off if I say it. So, what game is the most sold game of 2016 as of yet? As of so far,
in terms of money and everything,
sold.
Call of Duty,
Battlefield.
Nope.
Overwatch.
Nope.
One of your
Pokemon
mobile games.
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Bingo. So Pokemon Sun and Moon eclipsed Call of Duty.
Well, that's impossible because we all know that Pokemon is for kids and Nintendo sucks. There you go.
No, but people don't. But it's funny how that game, you don't hear the news about that eclipse, and even when GameSpot had that, not GameSpot, GameStop. I gotta keep those two keep giving me mixed up. Even when GameStop had their industry insider talk stuff they had a while ago back, they were surprised of how many games of they sold in their stores compared to Call of Duty. They were shocked. I was like, wait. Call of Duty's always sold this much, and these two little games come along and basically dismantle that.
And I guarantee you it made more money than both of those games because guess what? I guarantee you that game did not have nearly the budget of a Call of Duty game or the advertising budget of a Call of Duty game. And
because most of the advertisement for that game was basically self-done through YouTube and people doing it themselves. They got more. I give it to Game Freak, Pokemon Company, Nintendo. They had set up the perfect. It's the 20th anniversary. They basically set up the best campaign for advertising, which is word of mouth, and they got it. With Pokemon Go, with the 20th anniversary, we laying out blue, yellow, and red. Right. And that is how you advertise a game. Really, I'm not even going to deny it. That was
especially even during the Super Bowl, man. That was crazy.
And here's the thing: all they have to do, all Nintendo has to do is just basically, if they want to up the hype, is just release another Pokemon for Sun and Moon. Like a free Pokemon, and boom, people are like, oh man.
And they did that because you have the demo, and then you get Ash Greninja. I mean, they laid down the foundation for this game. And here's the thing: last year, Pokemon Company made $2 million in profit. What do you think they're gonna do this year?
And they had practically nothing coming out last year. I mean.
I'm just saying. Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm saying. I'm leaving it hanging out right there for the people to say stuff like, that's how. Like I said, my hats off to Game Freak and Pokemon Company and Nintendo. Like I said, as a subsidiary, or we're going with them, but they basically had their poker face this year on the 20th anniversary, and they killed it.
Well, I mean, but Nintendo's going to get it both ways because they get a slice of that money anyway. But then people are going to be buying hardware, and they're not just going to buy that game.
Hardware went up in November.
Yeah,
because everybody's pre-ordering for the Sun and Moon thing that was supposed to be coming out, so they went up.
But Nintendo's doomed. So. Just remember that.
But again, the point is,
Doom since 1889.
I know, right? But the thing that killed me is, again, you don't hear that much stories talking about that. That's my point.
No.
That's what the narrative works.
Yeah, I saw this story on Twitter, and people were surprised it wasn't being talked about as much. Like 21 million or so sold, and you don't hear about it.
Nope.
No, because that goes against the narrative. Nintendo is doomed.
Yeah, I think the game has already had like double-digit sales in just the U.S. alone.
Yes.
Like I heard a guy. I went on a website and this guy's like, someone wrote this article saying, "Well, what if Nintendo and Microsoft teamed up?" First of all, I was like, that shit ain't never gonna happen. First of all, and second of all, what could Microsoft offer Nintendo that they couldn't get for themselves through another medium that didn't involve them selling their soul to Microsoft?
And the last time somebody tried that, it was Yamuchi was in charge, and he basically tell Microsoft, or should I say Bill Gates, basically suck my dick because he ain't getting it.
Basically, and the thing is like, I mean, like the dude was like, well, with low Wii U sales, I'm like, see, you're not looking at big picture. You're looking at a small part of the picture, and you think it's the whole thing. Nintendo has the biggest install base of all three console manufacturers. Okay, they've got a handheld, which is at 60 plus million at this point, and then they've got the Wii U, which is at 13 plus million, I think, at this point.
Yeah,
then
is
going to be coming out, and so I mean that's probably going to sell 5 million the first few days, maybe. So I mean, they've got this huge install base, and I mean, all they have to do is just provide software, and typically it sells itself.
Well, to add what you're saying, Red, they also got an audience who actually buys what they put out. That's a big factor.
Sony wishes they could have that.
Well, again, they have sold the most consoles. This thing, the only thing that the attachment rate is abysmal, which is sad, because I wish SOE did not lay off 2/3 of their company so they could get some games out there. Really, I really did wish they didn't do that.
Hey, you know what? Like, I have another question. Sort of on topic with the VGA. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Did anyone notice that they kind of combine the first-person shooter and action genre?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
What the
I'm
hell?
not sure if you guys already talked about that, but to me, I was like, okay, so how does the first-person shooter win Best Action Game? And almost every game in that category was the first-person shooter.
And if you go and think about it, if you go to the end of the year stuff from even IGN, GameSpot, or whatever in the past, I don't know what they're gonna do this year, but they always broke out best shooter.
Hey Doc, you know why that happened?
Because that's all they got, basically, is shooters.
No, that's because they don't. When you're limited on different genres, you just combine everything together.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I mean, think about it. That's the reason that, for some apparent reason, a broken game that's still broken to this day can be fighting game of the year.
Well, let's put it this way.
Surprised
let's put it this way. I don't think. I mean, unless you're being facetious, SK, there are games that have action, like what the category is, but because the shooter genre speaks so much, they just again, they make whatever they can. Again, the VGA is not a true. That's why I said it shows. It basically backs up my. Oh, excuse me. It basically backs up my words of saying how the industry is dying, because it basically just circumvents a lot of stuff into one thing just to make sure that they stay popular. And again, they lost viewership. Their stream they got half the viewership of last year's stream.
You know what, though? I got one thing I want to say about this as a whole. It was so awful. I almost entitled my video the VDAs, the Venereal Disease Awards.
I am not against indie, whatever, but then when you have like the freaking shit razors becoming a game and they doing all those horrible jokes, I was like,
yeah, that was bullshit. I'm sorry.
Oh my
They had the dude from the final Bozeman guy. I was like, this is just some bullshit.
Can I give you a hug? I'm like, what the hell? You fall because you ain't got GameSpot now, game trailers, and now you're on YouTube, which you're doing pretty good. But again, the things people do again, money. I'll do things for money. I'm not gonna even deny that, but I ain't doing that shit.
I mean, these people have zero integrity.
Been a whore.
I mean, that's the reason that I don't like Jeff Keighley. The man is a phony. I mean, he pretends like, oh, I have so much integrity, but you listen to him and it's like, this dude is a media whore. He's so desperate to stay relevant. It's embarrassing.
Hey, I tell you what. He almost ran Kojima out of the building, man. Kojima looks scared when Keighley was talking, man. Keighley looked like he wanted to eat him, man. I was like,
he did want to eat him, and that's the scary thing.
Man, the implication there.
Not in the way you guys said you want to eat them. That's for sure.
I mean he wanted to eat him.
Yeah, he wanted to eat him, man.
As I said, Venereal disease.
You guys should watch Racist Fist video. It's funny. It's like
we saw it.
I think we all did.
They say give Overwatch a Homecoming Queen award if it wasn't hosted by one.
So what, in your opinion, what was worse, the PSX or the VGAs? I think
VGA by far.
No, they both were equally abysmal.
But I will say this about the PSX, and it's disappointing. I will let you guys know that now. No. The PSX to me was actually okay, and here's why. They did show a whole bunch of remasters and old games they're bringing back, stuff like that. But they also showed some new stuff, some new content. Some games that are not quite indie, but not quite, AAA budget. But the problem is that people weren't even clapping for those games. When they showed some of these unique games, like, man, I actually want to play this shit. When they showed Wipeout, I was like, I can't wait to play that. And you heard like 2 claps in the entire audience.
It's not a shooter.
No one cares about those damn games.
Like, the only things they clapped for were the Uncharted DLC. Then they clapped for The Last of Us 2.
Did that really need a sequel?
And then I'm sorry, but there was another game that they showed. Oh yeah, it was Destiny. They made DLC to DLC. They actually made DLC for the Rise of Iron. I'm like, but the Rise of Iron is actually a DLC expansion. So you made DLC for DLC. If that shit wins next year, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Well, I mean, it's bullshit anyway.
Why would you wasn't up to win this year? Would you think about it?
I mean, the RPG of the year was a DLC. So what do you?
It's already embarrassing enough that DLC even won, especially when it's not standalone. But they literally made DLC for DLC. Rise of Iron is a DLC expansion to Destiny. They made additional DLC for that expansion. And they advertised DLC for that. It's like, well, that's all. Why not just make a whole new expansion, give it a different name?
No, okay, remember, Last of Us came out, then they had a Last of Us remaster, then they have DLC, then they remastered the DLC.
This ain't remastering DLC. When they literally said we have this new DLC package coming for the Rise of Iron, I was like,
my point of saying that is what you just said is not out of the realm of possibility in gaming now when you could remaster a DLC. And hell, a DLC one game, one RPG game of the year. So,
and that, my friends, is the definition of bullshit.
Hey, they remastered the PS4 and the Xbox One.
You know what my issue is with the VGA?
And I'm sorry, Best Direction. Didn't Overwatch win that too?
It won like 5 different awards. I'm like, really?
And
that's all this awards got it going for. Is basically Overwatch the game and the Zelda 2.
I said this in my video, man, and I could be wrong. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But to me, you cannot be Game of the Year, which is to me is an overall gaming experience. If not everyone can even play your damn game. I'm sorry.
No, I'm with you with that. I see again. I can't. I already said it at the beginning. I don't take VJs
Seriously.
seriously.
It don't mean shit. I mean, I know that.
But it is a reflection of how the industry's acting. That's all. That's why I said what I said in that regard. It just shows you something is weird about this. This is not right. Something's going on here that's kind of weird.
Here's my thing about the RPG category. It's like, why was it all console games and none with handhelds?
Like, because they already had a handheld category. It was won by Pokemon Go.
I thought you realized, man, the handhelds don't count when it comes to the VGAs.
Yeah.
And again, there's only one console. There's only one handheld that's relevant now.
It's the Vita, man.
Vita's not there, so it's kind of sad. But for real, that's just because now you ain't got no competition. They're not gonna give. They can't say best console, best handheld when there's only basically one handheld.
I mean, if they
I just find it funny because. Honestly, I just find it fun because I'm like, where was World of Final Fantasy? Where was Bravery Second? Like, where was these games at for RPG?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Okay, if they actually gave handheld its own category, Nintendo would have had a run on it. And because there's no competition for Nintendo at this point in the handheld market. I mean, Sony was like, well, we got the Vita, and Nintendo's handheld was like, shut the fuck up and sit down. And the Vita did. When it shut the fuck up and it sat down. It was
the only thing the Vita proves again when gamers, to me, what the Vita ultimate proves again is gamers talking that bullshit because y'all see what your experience is. They have a lot of exclusives on the Vita that nobody could play on any other console. And
that's true. They did.
More than PS4.
And they do not buy it.
I mean, Sony also really helped to kill that console.
No, I get again. I understand that narrative. Don't get me wrong. But I'm also going against the people who always say about we want new experiences. Well, there's games on the Vita that there's nowhere else. And y'all ain't went out. And as again, you would think that attachment would go. You 40 basically out of 50 million PlayStation sold, and Vita is barely crawling over the mark. Now again, it should have no problem because it has way more games out there than exclusives, but they don't buy that shit. That's why when I had to talk to somebody, I'm not gonna call the name now, but I think the person know who he is because listen. But like that's why I said when people like with the anti-port thing, we're like, oh well, this is gonna happen, and the airport point needs to do this, and I'm like, yeah, there's one problem with your argument, one simple problem. People say they want experiences, they don't want all this stuff. For those guys who, as Andre pointed out in his second Nintendo Switch video. And we got to pull against people who never put on the console, legitimately didn't put on the console the way you want to port stuff. But those who talk that bullcrap and say, "Well, we want new experiences now." Wait a minute. Then you should. Then did you buy Codename Steam? Did you buy a Vita? Did you buy Tokyo Mirage? Did you buy the Star Fox? Did you buy
Overdrive?
Sunset Overdrive. There you go. Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive was poorly fucking treated. That game.
Yeah. I mean, those people, they still, Insomniac is still pissed about those poor sales.
But I'm just saying, but here's my thing. But my point of going at is like, we could list off games on all three consoles that all three, even Vita and with all 5 platforms, even PC. But I take them out because PC is so open market. But my point was saying is, this games are those things that's brand new that nobody go buy. So
well, hold on, these are the same people that complained about Street Fighter V being broken, but a complete game, King of Fighters 14, comes out and nobody buys it.
Yeah, but that's
another game exclusive to Sony, which it shouldn't have been, but it was exclusive to Sony. Go ahead and get it. It's there.
Doc. Is Doc here? He probably stepped away. Another example was Gravity Rush. That was at the PS6. Did anybody clap? I doubt it.
No,
man,
they didn't.
It's a damn port, okay? It was originally supposed to be a sequel on the Vita, but the Vita's dead, so Sony was like, shit, put it on the PS4.
And then a sequel as well, yeah.
No, I mean the sequel was originally supposed to be a port. They canceled the port on the Vita and put it on the PS4. That's, I mean, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
I just think it's funny how people with new experience don't buy them because they've been programmed conditioned to only accept whatever's overhyped and advertised the hell out of, like these first-person shooters.
And that's why when we had a conversation, the podcast before that was with Kwame and Chu and Vir Kipachi and stuff like that, it's like he was talking about, again, I understand Nintendo has a problem with some advertisement. Sometimes it breaks through, sometimes it does not. But the narrative, that sea of negative narrative is too much. It's too vast. How you gonna overwrite that without spraying yourself to oblivion? Why? It makes no sense to kill yourself, to go spend all that money for what? For that minuscule returns. And a lot a lot of people, average people, as Grim brought up, average people, even in the gamers, I think even gamers, as I put it on in my other video with gamers, they don't do their research,
and they don't care. I mean, the average.
They don't read either.
The average Pokemon person is going to buy Pokemon regardless of whether or not they see. Like, all they need to hear is there's a new Pokemon being made, and they're going to be like, okay, we're going to go get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people right now. That Mario Run is going to be the #1 selling thing on things for the end of the year, or whatever. It's going to die down as usual. It always does. I know where people always like, oh, now the Mario Run's not selling as much as before. Of course, the initial shine off of it dropped off, just like any game to a degree. It's gonna be like what, 4 or 5 million people hit it at the beginning, and they're gonna be 10 million hits by the end of the year. Hits it, bam. Then after that, it's gonna drop down. It's just going to.
Yeah, that always happens with anything.
But again, they use that narrative of saying, oh, well, it's not selling as it did last month. No shit, because they already got the. This is the key when people keep with that. When they talk about like Pokemon Go and stuff like that, of course, because the initial people bought it and they already got the game playing. Why would it be more? Why would it be a second super boost after the fact?
Exactly. Although I guarantee when Nintendo says, "Hey guys, we're adding new skins," or "Hey, we're adding new levels," the sales will go up a little bit.
It'll go up a little bit, but not the initial, like you just said. When it comes to mobile market stuff like that, no, it's not gonna, because how it is, I could see doing it for all console gaming that we talk about. I could give you examples of when that happened, but for mobile, no, it's not happening like that.
But I guarantee you this much: it's going to keep. It's like the Mario Run, yeah, it's going to make some money, but really it's to keep Nintendo in the public eye, to keep them, in people's minds. It's a form of advertisement that isn't as dumb as paying for people to say, "Hey, man, we love this product,"
Yeah.
Well, all I know is that unlike a lot of other publishers in the gaming industry, they don't need to rely on mobile. They just the extra boon for them, unlike say Sega or Konami.
Yeah, but Sega brought that on themselves. I mean, look, like I said earlier, I never thought I would see a company destroy their flagship franchises. Sega has made bad Sonic games.
No, but Sega has done it. Konami has done it. Capcom is doing it. You ain't say a company. You should say companies.
Well, that's what I said. I never thought I would see companies destroy their own flagship franchises, and we're seeing it. I mean, if you'd have told me 20 years ago, Sega's going to make a shitty Sonic the Hedgehog game, I would have been like, you were out your damn mind. No way they destroy their own flagship franchise. Shit. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Sonic 06.
Shit, more than that.
The greatest game of all time?
But again, this has just been ridiculous. Again, we got developers, and publishers talking that stuff. You would think if they lied to you, you were like, oh, wow, you know what? Let me back off from that. No, you didn't. They lied to you, and you basically keep eating it up, and then it's just weird. Like I said, that's why again, and when the sales are not reflecting and they got to make DLC and cuts up and season pass and everything to make things sell. Because again, there's Street Fighter, like I said, Street Fighter 5 is not gonna meet his forecast. No way it's gonna meet his forecast.
I'm amazed. I thought they were gonna I thought it was totally on schedule.
They're not gonna make that 4 million by March.
Good.
That's a possibility.
That game doesn't deserve to sell. Sorry. just like Evolve didn't deserve to sell well.
And it's funny. It's funny they're coming back with that remastered year-end edition of that game. I'm like, really?
Well, now it's gone free to play. Which for a game like when a pay-for model game goes free to play, that means things have gone bad.
Well, they again. That's one time. I am happy gamers did came together and say, well, this is bull crap. And I want to do one more thing before I go into questions. I want to go because I do want to do that, because it's been I'm watching the chat and it's been very active. Thank you all for watching and listening to what we have to talk about. So one more thing I'll let you guys chime in really, but I want to get this by myself. YouTube, we all know, is basically a high school. It just basically is. And to see, I saw the video through somebody else, but Doc basically showed it to me because I don't watch his channel. I ain't got nothing against him. I got nothing against whatever it is. I just don't watch his stuff. Doesn't mean that I hate the guy or like the guy. But when your egotistical ass, all you do is do certain things and get $30 million a year for just playing and acting like a fool, and you're angry because you don't get 2 million views for some of your videos. How about people just didn't watch your video because it was shitty? PewDiePie, seriously, I ain't got nothing against the dude, but when he's bitching about that, I'm gonna shut down my channel. I don't give a fuck.
Good. Leave.
Here's the thing, though.
He's not gonna do it.
He's not dumb enough to do it.
No.
And here's the thing, though. Like, if you got all this influence, all this pull that you believe you have, why not take that what you think you have, if you actually have it, and construct something else that you could utilize for you and other people?
Because he's a hack. Because he's a hack and he's a botter.
See, here's the thing. Okay, PewDiePie made 14 million before taxes last year. With taxes, probably, he's in Europe. With taxes, maybe that went down to 8 million. That's still a lot of money. And all this dude had to do, PewDiePie will be fine. You just reinvest that, he'll be fine. But here's the thing. The reason PewDiePie exists is because in 2011 they changed the algorithm to favor people who do Let's Plays, which is what PewDiePie really, his bread and butter was Let's Plays. I mean, when they changed the algorithm to favor people who do Let's Plays and long-ass videos, he wasn't using his clout then to say anything for the little guys who were getting screwed over. So now that YouTube has changed its algorithm yet again, and is, not really helping him. Oh, it's a big problem. But when it was,
wait, you're right. But it goes back to why. Okay, like I said, this is why I said what I said. One, you're still getting 2 million views, even though you have 30-something million subscribers, and you're getting that. It shows that a lot of people, you're all slacking off. YouTube's taking views and subscribers. Nah, it could be people just literally just say, I know YouTube has done it. Don't get me wrong. But it also could be a next reason that, you're boring. You're not entertaining no more. Because YouTube is weird by itself. We want that damn Daniel guy. All you gotta say is damn Daniel. He got millions of views too. Shit. It's weird. It's just weird. That's what I'm saying. So maybe people do that. But also, it goes to what Jim Sterling was talking about, Richard Review, all these people that said it. When you use YouTube as your job, you are systemically basically the same thing as us who got real jobs. Because if you were a car manufacturer and you worked in Detroit and 2008 came, you got fucked.
Yep.
So YouTube is the industry and it got changed and you got fucked. Stop bitching and whining. I mean, seriously, that's just ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Because again, I mean, like angry. Like I said, when I had the thing with Angry Joe, I talked to us like, all you gotta do. You say you don't want stuff in Nintendo, whatever. All you gotta do is go and have a partnership with them, and you could talk and stuff. You could have as Red said, you have a big enough audience and subscribe that you might persuade Nintendo to say, you know what, we might change those things, whatever, because but I would like to partner with you guys. But no, you just did not. You said that it's cutting into your little check, and you just got butthurt.
He just wanted an excuse to bitch. And here's the thing. Look, I understand. I mean, it's fun bitching about stuff. It's cathartic, really. Yeah, but you know what? At a certain point, you got to say, you know what? At a certain point, things are your fault. You just got to deal with it. It's like, well, this is because I did something stupid, and not because someone screwed me over.
Well, again, it could be that, or it could be the times. You're the most popular YouTuber, but people see your stick and say, this is getting boring, whatever. It can happen.
Or with people like me, I attempted to watch a video by him, 3 different videos, and I just couldn't do it.
Who, PewDiePie?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, though. But you, okay, like you said, like you want something, you just try to watch a video. But the people, he is losing subs too, not as great as some people. But again, it's the industry. Okay, let's put it in. What Red just said is basically what happened to the Fine Brothers. They fucked up. They lost subs.
No. They didn't just fuck up. They literally dropped an atomic bomb on themselves.
Well, that's but yeah, that's true. You go into the analogy, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just keeping it simplistic terms of they messed up and they got hurt. But it's also like just like how Nintendo did, like the Wii sold, the Wii U did. It's just how popularity works and how things work out. But you know what? You figure out what's going on and you keep on chugging. But he don't want to do that. So yeah. So if you want to quit, and again, if he does, he's gonna get back that same. If he delete his channel, which I doubt he would, but if he does, he's gonna get back mostly about at least about 50% of that because of how people his name is that big. I give him that. So it's not no whatever, but his stance is gonna be for nothing. That he's talking about.
For me, if I was the person in that position, I notice something's not working out. I'm gonna think of how I can do something a little different that might actually work. You know, like investing in my own platform and making partnerships with other people to make that platform have some stable ground to stand on.
Nah, man.
But
PewDiePie is a millennial. He's a lazy bastard, and he would rather use someone else's infrastructure in order to make his money because it's expensive to support an infrastructure.
You know how much?
Here's the thing, though. Like here's the thing, though. Like he could literally, he could have made a competing platform for YouTube.
Yeah, he has enough money. He has enough money at the time. Because he's been making millions of dollars off it, he could have done his own, like he just said, or partner with Twitch. Because Jeff Bezos bought it before. He could have
done that too.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Well, like I said, he's a millennial. He's a lazy millennial. People, okay. The average person does not think that far ahead. The average person. That's why certain people are rich and other people are wealthy. Wealthy people think that far ahead. Rich people do not.
As Chris Rock said, as wealthy people,
I know what you're gonna say. He's like, rich is some shit you can get rid of it with a summer and a bad drug habit. Rick James, wealth doesn't go anywhere.
Rick James was rich, and then he was like, 1 second he was give it to me, baby, and now he's give it to me, baby, give me, come on, Old Navy.
And then,
but no,
another example he gave was like he says, Shaq is rich. The person that signs Shaq's check is wealthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and again, Doc and Shepard, but Shepard is not in, could contest to this. Even Sprite could contest to this guy. He drove him a freaking car. So hell. Whatever.
Hold on. Did you let him drive what I think you're about to say?
Are you out of your freaking mind? You jumped my phone. The first time I met him, you tapped my phone. I ain't stupid.
Wow.
His reactions, I swear.
Hell no.
And I'm about to be up there in a couple of weeks. I was gonna whoop your ass when I saw you.
Hell no. Hell no. Are you kidding me? He dropped my phone the first time we met. He tangled up my wire and dropped my phone and broke my screen. Look at him. Freaking dude. I'm like, damn.
Stop calling me fat.
Did I say fat? Did I just say fat?
He said clumsy. He said
clumsy. I never said.
That's a completely different thing.
No. What he was doing is the thing that typically anybody in this community does. You bring up one point, they jump to another one. Completely different.
Exactly. My point was
what I was talking about. That's the point.
The point I was going with what Brandon was saying. He was Shepherd. Shepherd said, and this is not bragging, but it's seriously just like he's cracked jokes with this many times in real life or whatever. He said, I'm the cheapest rich person he has ever met. Because I just don't do stupid. I can't buy stuff on a whim. Even if I do have the money, I just don't do it.
That's how you keep your money, by not wasting it.
Seriously, I mean, I just can't. I got this far by doing work by my damn self. One, even though a lot of people say it wouldn't mask or nothing, and two, like really doing it bare bones. I mean, a couple people here knows my real website. It's only a desktop. It's not even I'm trying to change it over to be all over now, but I still basically about 50,000 views a week because of the radio show, but I mean a week through the website, and it's on desktop. It's not mobile phones is the future, right? And basically, it isn't. I'm stupid to not have a mobile phone website.
Hey guys, to the viewers out there, this bastard is so cheap. His website is still using Flash.
I use Flash because people can't steal my shit, sir. That's the whole point.
Flash is so inefficient, though.
Huh?
It's inefficient, but people don't want to mess with it anymore. That's the thing. Everybody's all over HTML5, and you use HTML5, you are instantly hacked.
And people can steal your shit. I mean, and for someone who's in whose business is music generation and content generation, stuff like that. I mean, you don't want your shit getting stolen unless you're insane.
Hey, I'm a liker though, man. Like Shep teases me all the time. I'm so damn cheap that even when it's like a $20 game, brand new, I'm like, man, I'll wait 6 months so I can get it for like $8.
Yeah, but it goes to what Red was saying. Like that's how you're supposed to handle money in most cases. Again, it's not. It's just like because even with in the last podcast, Doc was cracking jokes on me about saying, "Hey, why don't you go buy? Come on, man, you're gonna get that PlayStation 4." I'm like, I can get it if I want to. It
just doesn't have the value for you.
For me, I'm not saying anybody. Again, I always said if it's your money, you buy what you want. But for me, I have not the value, and I have an outlet, which is my cousin. I have an outlet to play stuff. If I didn't have that, and I feel that there was more content coming through, then maybe yes. I'm not even denying it. And I said it again. If you're gonna buy if you don't have a PlayStation, or you're gonna upgrade. If you're gonna upgrade to a PlayStation Pro, don't. If you're gonna buy a PlayStation 4 game, buy the PlayStation Slim or the regular PlayStation. Buy the PlayStation Slim because you get it cheaper. You get it for $200 or $212. Because if you're gonna buy it for the 4K TV, your 4K TV automatically has an upscale engine. So you don't need the Pro.
And the PS4 and the Slim do HDR.
Yeah, so you do not need to spend $200 more for what? You only spend $1,000, $2,000 on a TV. Why?
No. See, you got to spend that extra money so that you can walk around in public and slap your dick in front of people. That's why.
It's the playroom. It's all about the playroom.
Wow. It's all about the playroom.
It's all about the meat room.
Oh my goodness, that is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. But before going to the questions, I'm going to do one more thing. Andre, we heard, I wanted to get you quiet. Elaborate, man. What was going through your thoughts to your video, bro?
Which one?
The F Cop.
Right.
I dropped like 5 today, so that's why.
You know which one. It's two, which is funny.
Dead Rising 4.
The one for your video, which I watched all your videos. The one I got the most views was the Jimmy Kimmel one, which is funny because I saw another YouTuber saying that YouTube won't let me put the video on my channel. No shit.
Well, if you used video footage, of course it's not gonna let you. That's why I only stuck with a still image.
Duh, but I mean that's why I said English of people with that whole fair use bullshit. They do not know what's going. And again, it's not only YouTube.
But you can do it if you don't monetize, all right?
You can, but they monetize. I know they monetize.
If they complain, they monetize. That's how it goes.
Here's my thing. I've said this in recent videos and podcasts. If you want creative freedom, stop monetizing. I get copyright strikes on some of my videos. I do, whether it be a podcast or video prescription. And I even use a whole Nintendo Switch reveal video in one of my videos. I got a copyright claim. I didn't care because everyone can see it. I'm not monetizing. If you don't want to get copyright claims and have your videos taken down, just don't monetize them.
In other words, don't try and make money off of other people's shit.
Content. Yeah,
that's very simple.
Because here's the thing: when I did my Nintendo Switch song "Turn Up," it got copyrighted because, of course, I used Nintendo's video. Duh. When I talked about it when I was flying to Orlando, it didn't because I had it separated out and it didn't get copyrighted. But again, it's still there, and I didn't. And of course, you're gonna get copyrighted from not only YouTube. Not only Nintendo, but also the Tonight Show. You're gonna get 3 strikes. Why? Just let it go.
Oh no, not even also that, but you also got CBS, which I think that's NBC. Who has NBC. NBC. So that's 4. You got 4.
Yeah.
4 people to deal with. 4.
And the one that has the most. And the one that has the most weight is NBC.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, I have a quick question. Does anyone know what happened to? I hate to even bring his damn name up because it's pathetic. But whatever happened to the one that did the fake Nintendo Switch video?
Oh, you mean
everybody found out about it? No.
Kid play.
I mean kid, because he definitely ain't got
just kid.
No,
what happened to kid?
I did not. I don't follow the channel, so I can't give you an answer. But I won't be surprised if people still cool with him.
People still all over his channel. Look, people still all over his channel because he's still one of the bigger known Nintendo channels.
Which is weird because again, y'all monetize your videos, you do all this stuff. You live in an apartment, which is okay. You get every single penny to do what you gotta do, but also they kill me. Game Explain, seriously. And there's one type of videos I never understand. Now I got on my video on my channel I have something called a breakdown, which I break down industry stuff, whatever. Can we stop breaking down 30-second things and shit like that? Overanalyzing shit for no reason.
Exactly, because they have nothing else they can do. They have nothing else they can do.
It's what they do when things are slow, when there's no new information. They will go over every little detail, every individual word.
Game Explains like, oh man, a piece of lint fell out of Reggie's pocket. That means Metroid's coming out next year.
Yep. We heard a rumor about a rumor.
That half moon looks like Donkey Kong's face. We might be getting a new Donkey Kong Country game.
Reggie sneezed in some tissues and threw them in the trash. That means we're getting a Mario game next week.
They were looking. Reggie had a shirt underneath his jacket. So you know they were looking for the shirt. Ooh, what's clues in the shirt? Well, I'm like, oh my god, stop!
Like he can't just wear the stuff because he likes it. It's got to have a hidden meaning.
I mean, look,
what the hell are you guys? The freaking Illuminati secrets or whatever?
At least Reggie isn't like Phil Spencer, where he wears a T-shirt of a beloved franchise belonging to Rare, only for that franchise to get thrown into a meat grinder and turned to some shit that no one wanted. I mean, hey, at least he doesn't do that. So just cut him some slack, okay?
But it is kind of ridiculous, that thing. I was like, what are you guys analyzing to the nth degree about? They showed it off. Jimmy was happy. You saw that the game was playing on the Switch, and people was cheering in the crowd, and all it is, and that was it. Done. Let it go. Why you try to go more in depth for what?
Here's another thing I want to know. You barely saw the game for like a minute. How the hell are people able to calculate the frame rate? Figure out, like, you barely saw the game running on the thing for a minute. That was about as long as you got, was a minute, and then you didn't exactly get to stare at the game for that whole minute of time.
Are you analyzing a video through a video?
I'm like, yeah, that's the sound that they make. That's the sound that they make while they're doing these videos.
You sure it want them? You sure it's not the elbows hitting the keyboard? When you kind of like, oh my God, it's that jerking off.
That's. I told you it's about the meat room. See,
I got you. Oh my goodness!
But
they're going to the playroom.
We got well away from me giving my thoughts as to why I came up with. I did that video on Capcom.
Yes,
because you did ask, and I'm willing to oblige.
Go ahead.
It's literally because I've been a fan of theirs for years. Like, you listen. This is like, you have your hometown hero, this guy you've looked up to all your life, and he's done so many great things, and you kind of you aspire to be like him. But then you come and find out he around the corner banging this hoe, and he doing all sorts of nasty things to her, and then he run off, ain't paying her dues, and acting like he's some high mighty person. Well, you just find out he just as grimy as everybody else. It pisses you off. And that's basically where I was stuck. It's like I've seen them do so many great things, so many amazing things. They have so many well-known IPs, even lesser-known IPs that are awesome. And they turn everything that they touch into crap now.
Mm-hmm.
And that pisses me off.
Well, again, my analogy was what I said. Capcom is like the hoe. They got with a good person, and they shine, and they was like, oh man, look at Capcom. Capcom and Nintendo's doing very well. They're a lovely couple, but she wanted to have a side trick, and she's like, hey, Sony, Microsoft, how do I gotta do for you guys? And now that they're crackheads now, hey, I'll do anything. Give me all your money. I'll give you anything. I'll suck your dick. Come on. That's basically what Capcom is now.
They're like that crackhead from Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice. Like, hey man, you want these cheeseburgers? What? I'll suck your dick. What?
Like,
I just want these cheeseburgers. How do we go from cheeseburgers to you?
Exactly. You jump from point A well over to point F25 somewhere.
Yep.
Exactly. That's Capcom in that regard right now. It's weird. It's like Andre said in his video, you go to check out on his channel. The Dead Rising 4 thing. It is sad, but to Andre and Doc, we was outside to talk. I told you that was it's not gonna be the way y'all think.
And they kind of just put me off the series now. I'm like, I don't want to buy another Dead Rising game. I'm not going to give them any more money.
You know what? If I were you, I wouldn't buy anything from Capcom anymore.
Well, I
can't say that.
I'm not going to say that because I do like Monster Hunter, and they haven't completely screwed up on that. I do think they're putting too many of them out, but they haven't screwed up on that yet. And I'm interested in getting into Phoenix right. So,
well, that's like the only dude who, I mean, like the Phoenix Wright people and the Monster Hunter people are the only people who do their damn jobs and don't screw the pooch. Because everyone else at Capcom, really, I think they need to go on a firing spree, like go into Ono. Remember when Ono did that PR stunt where he dressed as M. Bison? He's like, I'm the boss. I'm like, they need to go into his office wearing that shit and be like, you're fired. Get the fuck out.
But like, it's just a disappointment. You've been watching this company for all your life, and like, and this to me is like another Sega happening. Like where Sega had too many people trying to run things, and they did a whole bunch of stupid crap, That's what looking at what Capcom is now is to me.
It's not that bad.
It's gonna get worse.
It's not that bad yet. It's not that bad.
You say it, but
he's basically with you because Red knows the bullshit's coming. He knows.
I mean, it's not. Okay, let me put it this way: if they realistically speaking, considering that they fucked up Street Fighter V, okay, which is their core franchise, okay, that made them a lot of money. They fucked up Mega Man,
another core franchise.
Like, I don't have any hope for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and let's just call it Marvel vs. Capcom 4. I have no hope for that because if you fuck up your core franchises, there's no hope for the side ones. No. So basically, I mean, the only core franchise they're still kind of rolling is Phoenix Wright and Monster Hunter. The other ones are just kind of going into a river of shit.
Getting dragged along on the ground.
Don't forget Resident Evil.
Yeah. Again, Resident Evil 7 looks like an okay game, but it just doesn't look like a Resident Evil game.
That's why I just said. But then here's the thing, though. Wouldn't it be so funny that they do a DLC content bullshit for a VR game?
They're going to.
I know.
This is Capcom.
No doubt.
That's why I said.
You know who the biggest shareholder for Capcom is? Is like Citigroup, Citibank, or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That explains a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, some bullshit, man.
He said, "There's some bullshit. There's some bullshit, man." It sucks that it happens like that, but it is what it is. So let me go through some of the. Oh man, the chat's going there was so much stuff in there. It won't even let me go almost all the way back on my phone, which is crazy.
It's too much.
I know, right? I'm trying to get. I had it to
the number of these comments is too high.
It's too damn high.
Too random.
The rent is too damn high. These games, the people making these games are too damn high. That's why these games are so broken.
They either too high or their IQ is too low.
Oh my goodness!
I shouldn't have said that, but it felt good.
Nah, I got you. So let me just go through these. Like I said, these questions as quick as I can, and get to it because it like I said. So I'm gonna try to look like I gotta use the original thing because they even did it there too. So yeah, so I didn't. See, this is one of those things where I say I gotta learn. I'm learning about this stuff. So even on the regular on the master chat, they cap it to a certain amount of you can't go further back. Dang. So I gotta really do keep up with the questions when people ask it. Jeez. Okay, well if that's the case, sorry if I missed your question because they don't want me to go all the way back to the beginning to see everything, which is my bad. So I have it looks like everybody's basically getting used to the whole that Capcom is messing up. They're not gonna do certain things about it. We have let's see, come on, slide.
Well, I just thought of something that people could get excited for with a Capcom character. Tekken 7.
Oh, dang!
You'll get a better Akuma than in Street Fighter 5.
Akuma Matata.
That is kind of messed up.
That's sad.
That is
sad when other companies treat your characters better than you do.
Smash Brothers Brawl. Smash Brothers 4.
Project Cross Zone 2. Big pinnacle for me.
Yep. Okay. So anyway, I'll go with since I can't go all the way back, so I'll go with that and say so we have Rebound King. I gotta ask, how many people would really care about the Death Stranding if Kojima's name wasn't on it?
Not very many.
Yeah.
If that thing didn't have his name attached to it, everybody would be like, what is this? That's exactly what would happen. They'd be like, what is this?
Yeah, people follow Kojima more so than, the actual games themselves.
It's just like what's the point of the babies? And why are people carrying them around? And why are people running around with guns? Like, what the hell is going on? There's no explanation.
And here's the thing: his most notable games, in my opinion, are the ones that people really don't talk about. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, essentially, all of that stuff with this, what do you call it? Pretentious postmodernism, which is what drives people gaga these days.
Yeah, and basically, Surfer Twain, like I said, it's you asked a question about the 3DS. I saw that question earlier, and it says I can't go beyond the certain spot. And it was this, like, the 3DS is not the Switch is not a replacement for because there are games still coming out when the Switch is coming out.
Yeah,
has got games coming out like into 2018.
Yes, well, I don't. I got no official number to 18, but I know they got games coming out until fall of next year. So
I could have sworn I remember reading somewhere that they were planned at the very least to 2018. So
that might be true, but like for what talking to people in Nintendo and stuff like that, they have games until the fall next year when the Switch comes out March. So
either way, that's pretty damn amazing for something that I don't even think was meant to last that long.
I mean, it still has 60 plus install base. Why would you get rid of that so easy?
It has no competition and it has no competition. Like literally, it's like like Nintendo's handhelds are like a Muhammad Ali that stayed eternally in its prime, and no matter who came up there and talking shit, just got knocked the fuck out. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm the PSP. Shut up. Sit your ass down and shut up. I'm the Neo Geo Pocket. I told you to sit down and shut up. I'm the Wonder Swan. Oh, that's impressive.
These people just never, they can never seem to learn from Nintendo. I don't know what's going on. Why can't anybody else out there make a handheld? Nintendo's what's going on?
Well, they could make the handheld, and they could make the handheld better than Nintendo's handheld. The problem is, though, you need the content.
Exactly, and the thing is that everyone keeps on falling into the Nintendo with their shitty technology. We can outdo them in technology, and they fall into a trap because really, technology doesn't mean shit if you don't have the content. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Sony when Nintendo came out with Pokemon Go, Sony was like, man, we had Invisibles. No one gives a shit about your Invisibles. Sit your ass down and shut up.
That was a weird response to that. Like, okay, you had something that was similar, but it didn't take off.
Because no one gave a shit about it. I mean, except for you guys, and you didn't really support it.
People didn't know what it was. It didn't really get pushed. So what did you expect to happen?
Everything. It was going to be perfect.
Well, basically, and then, you've seen Psychic Cooper, he's joining because I know he's finished up by now, which is basically the Juices Loose tournament that he had with Mario Kart 8. Hope it went the way he's supposed to win. He wanted it to be higher. Because last week was the VGA, so it wasn't as high as he wanted. But I hope he gets what he wanted in that. Let's see.
I know I forgot something.
People's talking about the whole headset stuff. PlayStation VR. That's weird. Also at the VGAs. I don't even, like I said, I didn't watch it, so I just didn't. I ain't got no answers to it other than this weird.
I kind of wonder how many people watch that with that.
Even at the LA car show, they had and that's a practical use. What it was showing, they have the PlayStation VR and the Oculus Rift there to show VR, which is again is a practical use to it. And I could see that what they were doing because they're trying to show you what the car interior is for the concepts and stuff like that. So
without touching it.
Again, but it's a practical use. That's what I'm saying. It's something that they did, but even when we had the games at large, there was streams at certain other platforms that the streams wasn't even even keeping up. Because then Jay had to jump off from PlayStation or Xbox to go someplace else.
Yeah. The stream was not stable in a whole lot of places.
Yeah. So it is weird how that works out. Cherry Gum is basically saying Fire Emblem Fates had a lot of DLC, yet people complain more about the localization. Again, is where how people does certain things. It's one of those things, man. They as Red said when he was cracking about with Sprite, they just jump beyond what they need to jump beyond and not talk about it, which is weird.
I'm gonna point something out here about an earlier topic, and this is a troll move, of course, but all those people that were comparing Street Fighter V and its content plan to Splatoon.
I said that.
We did it earlier.
I know I wasn't on, but to me, I thought about today. I was like, it's kind of funny how that was the biggest comparison. Like, yeah, it was just like Splatoon, and that was okay, but now it's not like Splatoon.
No, well, that wasn't. Remember, before that, they did the same thing with EA's on Battlefront. They said that was like Splatoon, and then they hit you with a season pass. So no, that's the comparisons out the window once you get that.
People got worse memory loss than Dory.
Well, hell, some of these people are just crazy how they think their words like that. Let me see. Psychic Cooper, Kojima, and Jeff Kitty has a sex tape.
Oh my gosh!
You people are so wrong. Oh, I ain't gonna even say what Sprite said. He's a jackass with saying that, so I ain't gonna even go there. I mean, Surfing 20 gaming. I like I said, it's one of those things that I have no problem even if Final Fantasy 15 had one. I really don't care. But a DLC went over all those other games. Kind of weird. To me.
Okay, well, you and I talked about this earlier today, but the whole Square announcement with Final Fantasy and additional content, how do you feel about that?
I already told you my answer. It doesn't bother me. If they charge for it, then don't buy it because that'll be bullcrap. But most of the content that you read through that stuff is like not significant content to the story or to the game. It's just like little changes there and there. Because I said it's not going to change that story at all. No, it won't. But if that's again, and I'm not like I said to you, Doc, I am not knocking it. If you want to buy the game cheaper, go ahead. I don't. I like other people on YouTube. I'm not gonna. It's your money. You do what you got to do. It's not like I said, the content that I read from that thing that you posted is not major to the game. So I'll say there's that. But again, if you think it is, I ain't got a problem with you waiting until that thing is $10. It's your choice. Because hell, I ain't buying no Capcom game brand new no time soon.
Nope, not unless it's Monster Hunter or
Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright. Yeah, Phoenix Wright.
That was odd though. Like they were working on that game for so long. You would think that they would have fully implemented everything that they wanted to implement in it.
Well, one of the things is they didn't. One of the things that kind of hurt them, and Red Fox talked about this when he talked about buying the engine that they bought. But one of the things is they didn't want to start from the ground up with the assets. They really scale up the assets. And I gotta stand up because the world is pretty big, and they just didn't. And it is a pain in the ass to scratch that and redo all that shit from whatever. Because what people don't understand when you're doing games like this, like scales and games like this, is like when you try to put that identity in games and you got to recreate that shit from scratch. It is very time consuming. The backgrounds in most games now takes way more time than damn character and animation.
No, I mean, I understand that, but the thing is just like, I mean, like they went for going for expediency, and I mean, it bit them in the ass. I mean, in a way, they're lucky that Sony underwrote some of the development costs for this game, because if they hadn't, I mean, personally, and I don't have any proof of this, but it kind of makes sense. I think that Marvel and Disney helped underwrite the sales of this Marvel versus Capcom 4 because they're calling Infinity War. They're calling Infinity. Infinity War is coming out in 2018, so I mean, it would make sense that they would want to get something out there that would kind of, keep it in people's minds. And Marvel versus Capcom is kind of a,
No, you're right about that. That's one. Also, don't forget. I mean, okay, they take it with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity Wars. They are taking, which is sad. They're taking something from another game and implementing it in that game, which is they try to do the whole. It's a little bit. It's not the same. It's not the same. But remember, you got to get stones. So it's kind of like Power Stone. You got your Time Stone, your Speed Stone.
Well, I think they're more or less borrowing from Marvel's superheroes, which had Infinity Gems in the game.
Yeah. Okay. It was called War of the Gems, and you could find like the Time Gem, the Power Gem.
And then they had the Super Nintendo tie-in game.
Yeah,
to it
was a very fun game.
Which I have that. I remember that.
So I mean, like here's the thing: if Capcom doesn't fuck it up, knock on wood. They don't fuck it up, but this is Capcom, so it's like a 50-50 split at this point. So,
yeah, I got you. I heard what you're saying, man. It's cool.
Yeah, but my thing is, though, that didn't sound like you were knocking on wood. You were knocking on marble. I need you to find some damn wood.
This is my computer. It's very high quality. Knocking hard.
What up, Big Will?
I mean, is that mahogany or some cheap shit?
What the hell, man?
It's just very dense and
What
heavy.
do you care?
No, right?
I mean, because he knocks on the wrong down wood, we gonna get another Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate or Street Fighter 5.
Let me put it this way. I would rather take Marvel vs. Capcom 3 over Street Fighter 5. At least Marvel vs. Capcom 3 without any of the DLC is a complete game. Whereas Street Fighter 5, when it came out, was half a game.
Got you? Big Will basically was saying King of Fighters is so dope. Like I said, hey, I've not played a game. Hey, Audrey, have you messed with it, or have you seen anything that much? I know you're my resident King of Fighter person to a degree too.
Well, since I've only looked at trailers and stuff for it, since it's on PS4 only, unfortunately. And that's the problem with that particular game. But so I'm looking at the possibility of getting the PS4 to play it, so I can actually support an actual good fighting game. But hey,
Renegade, you are a clown talking about you guys don't like a Vita. You don't like the Vita. You guys don't like the Vita, aka the Legacy console. You're wrong, Renegade.
It's not that I don't like the Vita. It's just I think that Sony's support of the Vita was half-assed at best. I would say that Sega. I would say that of the top 3 non-Nintendo console manufacturers who supported their console, I would say Sega, Neo Geo, aka SNK, maybe Namco Bandai with the Wonder Swan a little bit. Like, those are the only people that really supported their handhelds worth a damn. Sony tried with the PSP, but with the Vita, it was like they tried for the first year and a half, 2 years, and they said, well, we'll just leave it to third parties. And, I mean, if you're a company that makes a product, your products are like your kids, and you're their parents. If the parents aren't going to support their kids, you can't expect someone out there in the streets to give the love and attention to a kid that their parents should give them.
No,
and that's
right.
basically what Sony did. They were like, well, third parties will handle the Vita. Okay, go ahead. Keep on thinking third parties are going to support your handheld. And, I mean, except for Japan, I mean, no one's really supporting the Vita.
Well, okay, they got Chariot Goblin saying PewDiePie's bitching about only getting 2 million views. LOL. I'm like, again, you're making money. You're not making thousands. You're not making hundreds of thousands. You're making millions off of this. And the video. The thing about it is the thing about it that kind of like when I watched that video, kind of like twerked me a little bit. Is He's bitching about 2 videos in the last 2 months that didn't get over 2 million views.
Hold on, only two videos.
Yeah,
when I read the article,
no, it's his own video. It's his own video. You got to go to his channel, watch his own video, and see.
But I'm saying though, when I read the article, they didn't espouse how many videos he was complaining about. I thought it was like a series of videos over like a month or two.
Nope,
it's only 2 videos that he's complaining about.
Yeah,
2.
Yeah, and again, you can go to his channel and see what I'm saying. I'm not lying.
I'm going to his channel. Like I gave.
My point is, I don't speak. I try to make sure people understand I say facts. That's all I'm saying. You know.
But that's ridiculous. It's only 2 videos that he's really. Wow.
Yeah,
and
he was
ridiculous.
he's like, my vlog video always gets a lot of hits, and the last 2 vlog videos didn't get over 2 million views. I'm like, and it was like the one that he highlighted was 1.9 million views. I'm like, dude, seriously?
Yeah, what are you whining about? I mean, that's like a rich person saying, "Oh man, I was expecting to make 10 million. I made 9.2." Shut the fuck up and sit down.
Seriously. Seriously, it is way. It's basically Santiago 3:16 says nothing of value was lost with regards of PewDiePie. So I mean, yeah, it's just ridiculousness with that. That's the part that tweaked me off. You're not getting views, okay, but to bitch about it, and again, that's where that entitlement comes in, where you like. You're not getting that views to that much, and you feel entitled that you think that your content is that great that you should get this much. Sometimes you don't have it. There's some videos that I get a couple views on, and I'm like, hey, you know what? It's there. People want to check it out, whatever. And there's some that it gets way more views than I never thought would happen. But I'm not wrapped up into my views on my channel. That's like I'm not into subs. I'm not. If you like what of this channel, thank you. If you don't like it, you can move on, and I'll get to that because I saw something. I'll get to that later on. But really, you can move on. I'm not dependent on this channel to make me money. Hell, I'm not even dependent on the other 2 channels to make me money. So in that regard, I got my own content and I do it. And as Andre, when we had that conversation, like I said, me and him and Doc Ghost and Anderson Achilla, there is a way that you could do your videos. And you can make a channel and put it on your website and all that stuff. And Andre knows what I'm talking about. Like, and you can make money, but people don't do that stupidness. They don't. They look for the easiest way.
Like I said before, he's got recognizable face. He's basically his own brand. He could get however much advertising he needs within the gaming industry. He just won't put forth the effort.
Exactly. So it is whatever. Can Dr. Feelgood prescribe medicine for the Venereal Game Awards? You heard that, Doc? I don't know if he's still there or not. Dr. Feelgood, you there or what? Okay. It must be. I know he has a busy schedule in a certain way. But let me see. What else we got here? Let me see. Do you think 4K owners are flaunting PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One S just to justify the expensive 4K investment? Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. You don't need to buy the 4K Pro to get the PlayStation. If you want to play PlayStation game, you get the Slim, and you get just because if you buy the TV, it basically does it. You know that the signal upscale is not going to go against the engine that's in the TV. Still, people need to understand. Most of these upper scale TVs that you buy, they basically the signal stays what it wanted to, and the TV upscales. Even if you send the signal, whatever it is. But yeah, I know some people
say that because people are going to get mad. So
don't talk sense, man. Unless the content is shot in 4K and this and all that stuff, then that's different, which we know. And again, I know this because it got me a new phone, and I compared 9 minutes of 4K capturing to 9 minutes of 1080p capturing on my phone, and it's freaking day and night with the file size. And that's video. That's not even I mean AI or input and all. No, No. So that's why I said 4K gaming, native 4K gaming is nowhere close to reality yet. So let's calm that crap down. Let me see.
But that's a while on Gimme Fallon on Switch. That was 4K.
Yeah, in your mind, really.
Not my mind.
Wow. Okay. So basically, Cherry Goblin says, like I said, he said that Game Explain still hasn't done their Tokyo Mirage session review. Damn, that's kind of messed up for Nintendo Century Channel.
Yeah, they're a bunch of whores. Rumor whores.
He said, "Whores."
A pity they're getting larger and larger by the day, but oh well, that's how these things go.
Yep. Let me see. Basically, Suffer 20 says Resident Evil 7 and a first person killed it for me. I could see that. Ying Yao, note to self: keep a notepad open for questions if you can. It looked like I gotta do that. Cause I didn't know. Well, first of all, the last couple of times I had the chat open, it didn't go this much comments, so I didn't know that. But then. And now I know now. So so I'll note that thing. Yeah, thank you.
People got way too excited.
Yeah, I didn't know. Elite Gaming HQ, what up, man? So let me see any more questions here. I want to address something else, but we'll leave it as that. But let me see before I address that. Last thing before we wrap it up. Any more questions? Let me see.
Oh boy.
Let me see. So we have any more questions? I need to get into one of these talks one of these times. Hey, Elite, if you're listening now or maybe whatever, like I said, you're one of the cool people, and I got to do one with Doc, of course, since I did one with Red Fox. I mean, I would like to do a one-on-one. I ain't gonna do it no time soon, but I'll still schedule this. But I would like to do a one-on-one with you, bro. Like I said, talk about gaming and keep it what it was, and just talk about the channel stuff. Because again, I like your community and I like your channel. You are a PC guy, but it's still you talk about games. Still, that's the whole point. And I wish a lot of people do that, but they don't. So we'll say that. He says, I'm really enjoying Final Fantasy 15. Like I said, it's cool. The same thing, too. Next time I'm going to go to my cousin's house, I'm going to basically beat that game because I'm almost at the end.
I put about 30 hours in that game, and I'm almost at the end myself. But, oh, God. That game is something else. And now
yeah. Well, Death Stranding, Cherry Gamma asked, with Death Stranding involve aliens. I don't even know what the hell the game's about, so it could be.
It might not even involve gameplay. We don't even know.
It's Norman Reedus with his C-section scar and a baby. That's all we know right now. And Mads Mikkelsen. Apparently, they paid Mads Mikkelsen to go in there and get photographed with makeup on his face. I don't know.
Yeah. Surfing 20. I'll say this to you. They did not sold 25 million in 24 hours. I love the game and I wanted to be reaching, but Final Fantasy 15 shipped 5 million. They didn't sold 5 million.
Exactly. And when they said that, I was like, why lie to me? Why lie to me?
Be careful of that. That doesn't mean it is. It's a good game. I wanted to make the 10 million single start. It needs about 15 to make its profits to be whatever, but the biggest budget back will be 10 million. And I hope Square, like I said, I played the game I'm one of the people who played the game last year when I was at Square in Japan. And I said, I like this game and I'm hoping that they do it now. Square Enix has done pieces of stuff lately to mess it up bit by bit, piece by piece. But so far, like I said, let's see what happens with it.
It's not, let me put it this way, it's head and shoulders better than Final Fantasy 13 or 13-2.
Well, I didn't play.
Or 13-3. It's. I mean, but then again, that's like saying, well, That's like saying, well, you got your pinky smashed versus getting smashed in the face with a hammer. It's like my pinky might hurt, but getting smashed in the face is a lot worse. So anything better than getting smashed in the face.
Yeah. So how many hours till you get the gameplay? Your first. Okay, you just messing around, Rebound King, which is funny. Let me see who else in here. See, like I said, quick. Time questions, because I'm trying to go through this is before it gets knocked down, sent away. Yeah, Fox still owns X-Men, yeah, but it still owns X-Men, but just like how the way the rights work is different. They own the movie rights to it. The intellectual property is still underneath Marvel. So the only person who got knocked out of that deal, the movie rights is all weird because remember Spider-Man with Sony and all that stuff. You can own the movie rights to something and somebody else still own the property, just like how Tommy keep on. I was gonna get it right because they got it in front of like how they have the right to do the animation and they only give it to Funimation. If they're gonna do it in America, Funimation has the right to Dragon Ball Z. Nobody, no other else. But if you do it, but nobody else could get it. And just like Namco Bandai has the rights to Naruto, and Viz has the rights to Naruto in the Western Hemisphere.
I was just going to say Suncoast Media has the rights to Macross. In America, it's called Robotech. And basically, like all we got were the 3 series of Robotech here in America, but there's like Robotech almost rivals Gundam in how prolific it is in Japan, but you'll never see those stories because basically the people who make Robotech got screwed over, or Macross got screwed over by Suncoast Media. So they only got those 3 Robotech things that they kind of spliced together to create their own series. Suncoast did that we got introduced to. So it's kind of sad, really. And they still have that contract, which I mean they got a bad contract with people who make Macross. I mean they got shafted bad.
Yep. And as I said to Surfing 20, seriously, and you're doing okay as a person. You don't have to take my advice, but to tell you the real, like you have the regular PlayStation 4. Don't upgrade to the Pro. It's not worth it. It's really not. If you got a 4K TV, you gain just experience less of the problems with this frame rates and stuff. If you stick with a Pro and they have a 4K TV, you don't have a 4K TV, then it makes no sense to still upgrade anyway. So it's just not worth it. I've seen it from the developer side in Zambia here in North Carolina, and how they sometimes get problem with the frame rate and stuff, and they're not putting out a signal way it's supposed to be. So it's just not worth it. Let's see. Yep. Well, that's cool. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Elite Gaming. Yeah, you could do that with the thing. So I'll contact you privately, whatever, and we'll see what we can set up. Let me see. Okay, I saw your comment, Renegade. Good one.
What in the Google chat?
Yeah. Yeah, hello in the chat. Yeah. Okay, so we're good on that. All right. Okay. Let me say this as we come to the close right now. And Perry Chan, sorry that you came in so late.
I was taking a nap. It was my fault.
Okay.
These usually go on long, so I thought I had a chance.
Yeah. So again, I know that person's gonna make videos, so I don't care. Like I said, I told you when I told you then, you could do what you want. You win the match. I'm not gonna ego whatever to whatever it is, right? So, but it's funny you would come to somebody else's chat. I've not been to your chat or your stream or your videos except for that one time just to say something, and that's about it. And I left you alone. So I don't know what you're proving in my chat by saying stuff. I don't gotta I don't gotta prove nothing to you, sir. That's why I said you wanted to. You said you're snoring. Well, you get you some Z's. Go sleep. You're gonna buy a PlayStation 4. I give you a golf clap. Happy. Buy the game. You going crazy? Oh, buy. It's your money, dude. Go buy games.
Yeah, then shut up.
Well,
Buy
I ain't got to tell him
up.
shut up. No, but go buy games. You're gonna buy a PlayStation 4. I'm proud of you. Go buy a PlayStation 4 and buy games. Buy games that you like. It's your money. I'm never gonna stop you from playing what you want to play. But why come into a chat and just be negative? Even like I said, I don't go to your channel. I left you alone. And you talking about the Cowboy Bebop stuff. I explained that already. But again, that's me answering for stupidity. So I explained that stuff. You ain't gotta worry about it, even though your friend trying to make something out of it, and I proved him wrong time and time again. If that is your friend, because again, people got friends over the internet. You see, the difference is I meet true people. So you could do what you want to do. I don't know if you left and meet those guys, and if you do, that's cool. If you're not, you're not. But I met Doc in real life. I met Shepard in real life. I mean, hell, even most of the people who are here, like they get the true website so they could check out the facts. That's why I have no problem with what I said. And two, some of them even got like my real number because we talk because of there being real honesty. But I'm not into the YouTube drama. So again, if you don't like my channel, put the thumbs down and leave. You're mostly gonna do it anyway, so go ahead. It doesn't bother me. I'm not here for super views or whatever. Like I said, right now it's jumping between 20 to 22 views. If you get that much in your stream, which the one I watched at the time you wasn't getting, then I don't know your problem, bro. I really don't. I don't get the drama stuff, and that's why I'm happy with Elite Gaming. What you just said, like I would love to do a one-on-one because your Google community and everything is cool. It's no drama. You basically put up games. Everybody has certain things. Technically speaking, I'm not posting that much stuff in the community because most of the stuff has been twisted like this and negatively, and I don't want to do that to your community. I want to, like, if I'm gonna put up good content and share it in your community, I want to be good stuff. I don't want to be all negative or be, because I do find out that the industry is, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, the industry is dying. The game the video the VGAs have basically showed you why it's dying, and I don't care what platform anybody got. If you bought the game, like the Surfing 20 just said that he bought Street Fighter 5 and like it. If you bought it and you like it, that's your money. You like it. I said we should still band together to stop the BS about what just going on with the DLC and broken games and stuff like Reddit was saying. We were saying that we need to do that, but I can't control people for what they're doing. So that's why I said if they want to destroy the industry, all I'm gonna do is just buy the games I like and keep it moving. Because I could tell you about it, but if y'all don't wanna, and even I tell you that there's there's a train coming, and you see the train coming. You just want to stay on the tracks? I'm not gonna pull you off. That's Darwinism. That's all it is. The industry is gonna think, and I've seen other videos where people talking about comparing, saying Nintendo's like Konami, which is the comparison is way off. One, and two, they were like, what Nintendo needs to do, like the PlayStation experience. If you want that to happen, that's cool. But here's one difference between that. At least 90% of not even 70% of what Nintendo does in their directs and stuff don't go to other consoles.
Yeah.
Infinite Warfare, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the basically the Bayonetta of I forgot the name, Armor. Damn, all those games. Yeah, Mirror Automata. That's all those games are coming to PC.
Plus, Nintendo's games usually come out within a reasonable time frame.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got to see all those E3 games at PSX in gameplay form. Oh, wait. Never mind.
Yeah, you saw most that was mostly trailers more than gameplay. But if those that had gameplay, that's pretty cool. But
I'm actually glad they showed new games.
Yeah, but again, that's not saying that does not say that Sony's consoles that bad or not or good or nothing. I'm just saying you showing basically that was not a PlayStation experience. That basically was a gaming experience. Because I saw games that I'm gonna buy for my PC. Or if you're an Xbox fan, you look at that like, wow, okay, that's coming to Xbox. I'm gonna enjoy that. I mean, you don't gotta throw the negativity about it, like, oh, we're gonna get this, whatever. But no, it's showing off because Xbox. Some of your games are coming to PC too. So
even Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, it's coming to PC, Xbox One, and PS4. I mean, I think Capcom learned their lesson about, oh man, we're only gonna put this on a Sony console. Yeah, because that worked out so well for Street Fighter V. I mean,
the same thing with Titanfall. They learned their lesson when they did the exclusive as well too.
Yeah,
yeah. And if Sunset Overdrive ever has a 2, it's not going to be exclusive. They said it already.
Nah, not at this point. That game didn't sell anywhere near as well as it should have.
But again, here's what we're comparing. Again, with Street Fighter V being what it is, and the franchise and the name and the pedigree and what that name means in gaming. But Pokken, which basically taking two names, but Pokken taking two franchise that has a name. Don't get me wrong, it's a new IP, but it still has a name, and outsells it on one platform.
That's embarrassing.
The quote-unquote failure of the generation, and somehow it does that.
And and if you think it's a failure, my friend is in the failure. That's good. Last time I checked, you still had the Wii U. That's cool. And if you think it's a failure, then you think it's a failure. That's good. You don't buy the games for it. It's your money. But again, I don't understand your arguments. Again, coming into my chat and talking and stuff. It really is weird, dude. So.
Hey, how about you come into the Hangouts and we can actually have a discussion?
Well, you see, here's the problem with that. My problem is this: they cannot stop. They can't stop. They just can't be grown ups about it. They gotta call names. I might be playing a children's. I might be playing a toy or whatever with video games, or my Wii U's video, a toy, whatever. But I ain't got a time for your silly arguments. If you can't come up with a cohesive argument, and I proved that in the video. I said, can you come up with a reply? And you did. You started calling names. And that's what everybody of your ilk has done. You can't just say, hey, you know what? Liger's wrong. And let me hear how you prove. Let me disprove it. And boom, 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 boom. No, you just got to go retard, Nintendo fags, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I ain't got no time for that drama shit, man.
I mean, the thing is that these people are playing with toys because I don't care what console you play on. It's basically a toy. And you're essentially you're playing with toy and you're acting like a little kid because that's kid shit. Oh, I'm going to call you a name. Really? Seriously?
Yeah, I just don't have time for that. I mean, the game. I play games. If you play games this way it's supposed to be, let's just enjoy the games no matter what console. That's why I say no matter what the console is, just play games. So I don't care for the whole fan war between PlayStation, Sony, and Microsoft. It's bullshit. It just literally is. You bought a PlayStation 4, you bought games for it, good. You buy Nintendo, you goods, Xbox the same thing too. But when you guys come with your arguments, I mean, I could hit you with the facts and the numbers, what I say, and you guys don't. So if you ain't gonna do that, it makes no sense to argue. And then again, the name calling is just petty. When you're not getting your way, you just go to that, and you've proven to me many times that, and that's why I told you could make any videos you want of me. I don't care. You could say you win, that you wreck me. I do not care. My ego does not need to massage because YouTube, this side of YouTube doesn't make money for me. So, and again, you only know me as Endu and Liger, so whatever. I don't care. It's not wrecking, no potential of money for me at all. So. Live your life, bro. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna buy a PlayStation 4. The thing. I'll say this to you, just like anybody else. Get a PlayStation Slim. Just get a Slim.
And get a terabyte model.
Get a Slim and get a terabyte model. There you go. Get a Slim, get a terabyte model. Enjoy the game and buy Uncharted. Get some exclusive. I hope you buy some good exclusive because they have Uncharted 4, Ratchet and Clank. Again, I'm gonna pick up the Crash Bandicoot. Hopefully they do. I'm not gonna pick up day one because I hope they do a good job. But I hope they do a good job of that. Crash Bandicoot. I am gonna pick that up. And Final Fantasy 15. Like I said, I'm playing that on PC. Not PC. On PlayStation. But I got it free because I work with the. I got a special edition because I worked on the project. But when it comes to PC, I will buy it because I do want Square to whatever it is. Sadly, now they just again back in February they tweeted out that it's going to come to PC and also Final Fantasy 7. So again, it makes me need to go buy these games. Now I didn't work on the Final Fantasy. I'm not working on Final Fantasy 7 project because that's taken care of by Square Europe. Not Square Japan. I went to Square Japan last year, and now Square Europe is taking care of this. So you know what? I'll wait. Let's see what the game is about, and I'll pick it up a PC if it looks like it's something good. So seriously, so go ahead, dude. Buy your PC. Buy your PlayStation 4. Get the Slim. If you can afford the money to buy a 4K TV, then you get in the 4K Pro experience. If not, just buy the game and enjoy it. That's it.
And the average person isn't going to notice the uptick. If you already have an HD TV, the average person isn't going to see the slight uptick unless, like, you're talking ultra big screen and you're sitting relatively, like, at a certain distance. So, I mean, just get whatever you can afford that lets you have access to the gaming you want to have access to.
Well, yeah. That's all it is. That is where that like that. So it's just funny how it is. And I'll say one thing too, because you still writing in the chat. Dude, understand the words you're writing, please. You guys use words in the worst. I'm tight-tongued and I'm not even I stutter and I come from a different country. But at least I understand English words, how they're being used, because that's the thing about gamers now. They don't use the words the right way. So please just don't use words that you really don't got a grasp on. All right? Pseudo intellectual is not something y'all should be using if y'all know the words really to what it is. And
I don't even know what that means either.
But you don't use it. Some people use words, and as game idea was Brandon about the gimmick word as well in his third.
Well, I can throw a quick definition down for you. To call someone a pseudo-intellectual, the word pseudo meaning fake or charlatan or someone who places themselves in a position that they actually do not have. That's basically what pseudo means. Intellectual is just a play on intelligence. Hey, you're saying someone's a fake intellectual. Fine.
Yeah.
So basically, ironically, the person who would write that and not know what it means is actually themselves pseudo-intellectual.
Like I said, I'm not. I've talked. I ain't gonna worry about it because the podcast speaks for itself. Again,
I like the dictionary.
Majority of the stuff that I've said has come to pass, and you could check all the videos I put on my channel. If I'm fake and I'm a pseudo intellectual and my stuff is fake and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, why did all the stuff basically that I've said come to pass, come true?
Lucky guess.
Well, I guess you know what? And you could be right, Red. A lot of lucky guesses. Let's go with Red, like you said, being sarcastic. Let's go with a lot of lucky guesses, but damn, my lucky guesses be coming right.
But you know what's hilarious is that between you, Doc, a lot of the people on Gamers at Large, all of us that get a lot of hate from certain groups of people, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Like 85% of the stuff we say, you know what, that's not going to turn out well. And then it turns out exactly how we say it. I mean, we can't all be in on the joke. We can't all be just making this up.
Yeah, and like I said, I basically you could look at and again go back to anybody who's listening. They know this. Go back to my videos. I'll say this because I got on Doc on this a little bit. I picked my specific arguments. Now, granted, your friend did trip me. Your friend got me on that, and I corrected myself. I corrected myself totally hardly, and then he messed up because, as you could say, because he's saying there's no black people in Cowboy Bebop. Oh, I still love that shit. That was funny as fuck. That was still funny. Oh, he said that. Yeah. One of the main characters who dubbed it is black. But again, we don't know how we don't know how things work out. So that's all I'm saying, dude. I picked my argument specifically because I don't want anybody to twist my words. And again, I also dropped the ball a couple of times. What I mean by that, like I said, I didn't thought Final Fantasy VII was gonna be remade, but hey, it still has not been proven yet. But I'm waiting for it to come out, and hopefully Square does enough money with Final Fantasy 15 that 7 comes out and people enjoy it. But like you guys, I don't care what platform it is. I want the games to come out. I don't care if it's a PlayStation game or Xbox game or PC game. We want games. We want to keep it going. Not the DLC, not the brokenness, not whatever this bullcrap that's been going on in this industry lately in the last 2 gens. We want games. I want games. I want different genres. I don't want it to be just shooters. I don't want it to be just action games. I don't want it to just be basically we're missing the fight. We're missing the brawlers. We're missing the beat 'em ups. We're missing the arcade sports games. We're missing a lot of genres that was back in the 5th, 6th, and 7th, 5th, 6th, and quarter of the 7th gen now. It's gone.
And don't let the Game Awards fool you. We do not have games.
That's a game I would play.
That's right. You said that.
I would love another NBA Jam or NFL Blitz or
SSX Tricky and a lot of stuff.
SSX, I was going to say Mutant League. I would love another Mutant League. I know that's an old game though, but
that is an old game, but that can work out now. But yeah, like as Perry Chan just said, the Video Game Award doesn't represent the truth, it just represent the popularity of why I say what it is. So there's so much genres that's in the past that just died off, and it's sad.
If the category for best action game and best shooter and best multiplayer all share the same games, there's something off there.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, this year's Video Game Awards didn't have a best shooter category.
Okay, best multiplayer then, I think.
Yeah, it was best multiplayer.
I think it kind of gets lumped into that nowadays.
What you would think, though, with so many shooters having been there would have been a best shooter category.
Yes.
The one odd keep out. Like, why?
It was.
Well, and it's sad that the best fighting game was a game that was missing 50% of its content at launch. But, I mean, stranger things have happened. I mean, hell.
50%? I think you mean like 70% because
I was being charitable.
I'm sorry, I'm not in that type of mood with Kevin.
I got to. And here, let me say something right here. I want to say 2 things to finish it out. Even though Andre, you did listen to what I was saying about the whole. What's funny how we said about the Cowboy Bebop, right?
Yeah.
It was like no black.
I mean, it only takes 2 seconds to look up the list of people that worked on that. Like as far as like the actors and stuff, it doesn't take that long.
Yeah, but let me say this like here. So I will do my usual before I wrap this up. And again, I'm wrapping this up right now. And the usual I want to say like again. So Chariot Goblin, of course, Ying Yao, Surfing 20, Elite Gaming HQ, Sidekick Cooper, Santiago 316, SK Massive came in for a little while, The Good Shepherd. Let's see, anybody else that Rebound King, of course. I want to thank you for coming, Cherry Goblin as well. Thank you guys for coming in the chat.
Serpent 20 Gaming.
Yeah.
And who was this? Vizon the Insane. Thank you.
Yeah. So other than that, thank you guys for joining the chat. Thank you for saying your point. Now to the last point of it. Trolls. You would never catch me going to your on-air chat to do stuff like this. And you got to come to show what you're showing right here. Again, leave your dislikes and you thumbs it down and go ahead. But this is crazy that this is how sad you guys are. You're coming to the chat, doing your negativity because, I'm not going to say your names because it's in the chat. You come, you leave your names in the chat saying negative stuff, and then you ain't going to catch me. You don't catch Andre. Most of the people on this podcast right here live, I'm not gonna go to y'all channel to argue with you guys. So I don't know why you guys do it. That's a sad life, people. Seriously, that is sad. Holy crap, guys, get a life. You don't like Nintendo or you don't like Nintendo fans? Why don't you have your own channels? Come together and do your channels and have your fun. Why come to other people's channels? That's a sad life because you never show a video that I'm in your channel or doing none of this stuff, which is weird. But other than that, all the other people who cool and left their stuff, like I just called out, thank you for joining us. Basically, there's gonna be a video that's gonna be uploaded today as well too, because I did have a little setup with that. So other than that, I think Red is gonna have his BS Busters. Basically, what the fuck Capcom this Saturday at what time, Red?
Yeah, 7 o'clock, 7 to 9, 2 hours. It's gonna be short and sweet.
All right, and then so you got that. Of course, Game Idea dropped down on a plethora of videos on his channel. So you go check them out. The rant, the Switch Part 3. What he thought about the Jimmy Kimmel, the 3DS game idea. I mean,
oh boy,
you go check them out and you know see what he says about that. Of course, Dr. Feelgood has been leaving up his video prescriptions as well too, and you have what do you call it? Yeah, Kanoshi had his I keep on getting. I always say Magic the Gathering. I don't know why.
Magician Secrets.
It's Magician Secrets, right, Kanoshi?
Yep.
Yeah, Magician Secrets. Yeah, he did one about the video game awards, so you go check that out as well too. So other than that, out there, people, like I said, you go out there and you do go. We have to do good with stuff. Like I said, check out these, and of course, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Surfing Gaming 20. He puts his vlogs up there, and he does reviews of Sony stuff and Xbox. He has multiple consoles as well too. He's a multiple gamer, but he has his preferences. His game again. I'm happy that you enjoy it, man, and go out there and enjoy the good games, man. And seriously. And it's fun, as I think Renegade was saying that.
Are we still live?
Oh, we still live. Of course, we still live. You still come in and bleed non-facts inside. As even Andre just said, you could go look up certain things. But go ahead again, guys.
Later.
Yes.
In the Google chat.
Yes.
Just look what I wrote. It's pretty obvious. So.
Oh, I got you. Basically, basically, is that, man? Is and the Surfing and all the other people, because you guys are in the chat. You see how toxic the YouTube community can be, even if you don't bother nobody. Even if you don't bother nobody or mess with nobody, you still get it. But again, you guys came to give me views, even though you could thumbs down it, anything. Like I said, I had about the max. I had about 27 people watching live. Thank y'all for watching. Enjoy your night. And as I always say, there's no perfect games out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy those games on any console, no matter what it is. Y'all have a good night. Peace out.